Hello everyone, welcome to your April of 2025 Psychic Tarot reading. My name is Vickieverlie and this is going to be a psychic or intuitive reading as I get downloads and messages throughout the reading. Tarot will be the main area of focus with other tools incorporated. There's a lot to talk about, including Neptune moving into Aries. But first, the decks that we're going to use. We're going to use the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, and we're also going to use the Hanson Roberts deck, and we're going to use my Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards for your animal totem. And we're also going to, I'm introducing the new Holy Hamsa Hamsa deck. It's a 50 card deck that I created. I revised my other deck that I was working on. I'll talk more about it later. But this is going to be a new development. And then we're also going to pull lots from Lots of Love, Lots of Answers, and Lots of Proverbs. You can find links for everything in the description. Before we get into the main card part of the reading, let's do a quick overview of the main astrology things for the month. Well, the big thing is that Neptune is going into Aries. This is big news, and we will talk about it. And I even posted another little short video, my weekly Patreons for everybody. I put it on the main channel, and we talk a little bit more about it. But it's a big shift in energy for everybody, not just Aries. Everyone will feel it. Also, happy birthday to all the Aries and Tauruses born in April. This is your solar return time. Very powerful manifestation. On the 7th, we have Mercury going direct. It has been retrograde since March 15th, so that's a big move forward for everybody. It will be moving forward from the sign of 26 degrees of Pisces, and it'll start moving into Aries, and on it goes. On the 12th, we're going to have our full moon in Libra, 23 degrees of Libra, and on the same day, Venus goes direct, and it had been retrograde since March of the previous month of 2025. So a lot of energy that's retrograded is going to start moving forward. Full moon in Libra, bringing things to culmination. On the 19th, we move from the sign of Aries into the sign of Taurus. And then the 27th, we have the new moon in Taurus, 7 degrees, 47 minutes of Taurus. Set your new beginnings, do your new intentions, all of the above. I do have the weekly Tarot and Astrology on Patreon, and as I said, I just posted an example of that recently. You can check my channel. And then introducing the Holy Hamsa deck, quick overview. I'm going to talk way more about it at the end of the video. But I did have it as the All-Seeing Eye deck. Many people were asking, well, what happened? You were doing the crowdfunder. It's a long story. I'll talk more about it later. But over the retrograde, I decided to completely revamp it. It does come with a box. This is all available on GameCrafter, and I even did a booklet too to go in with it. So if you're interested, you can check that out, or go to the end of the video to find out more. Okay, so let's get started on the readings. We're going to go sign by sign. Now, there will be timestamps, but you can also just scrub through, and you're always going to see your sign here. By the way, my name is Vickieverlie, and you're watching the Rock and Roll Prophetess on YouTube. Do not be fooled by imposters, which are rampant on social media. I will never message you or try to contact you for a reading. You must go to my website. Let's go ahead. If you'd like to order a reading from me, you can also find that on the website. So let's go ahead and do our April reading, starting with the sign of Aries. Happy birthday, Aries. This is a big time for you. This is your solar return, your solar new year, your new beginning. Set your intentions, make your list. Oh, your two of your cards fell out. We're going to take the top one for the third. Okay, so we have Page of Swords, the Lovers, and the Fool. I'm hearing Take a Chance on Me. Do, 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 do. I think that's ABBA. Anyways, Neptune going into your sign could really bring on the dreamy, musical, creative stuff, but it could also bring on some disillusionment, so be careful. Make sure that you know what you're getting into in certain situations, whether it's with people, or there could be the veil of, deception is what the guides are saying, is the downside of the Aries energy. Upside, creative, spiritual, all good stuff like that. Let's get 3 more cards for the bottom for our Aries friends for April. We've got the Decision card, 2 of Swords. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, lovely. And then we've got the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups, I mentioned this, I believe, in the in that weekly reading. 7 of Cups is very much kind of a Neptunian kind of a card. It's that dreaming, visioning, all these sorts of things. But honestly, that's not actually a bad idea to do this time of year around your solar return, because you do want to dream and vision and things into being a reality. News coming in the time of air. So we're not an air sign, sun sign during this time in April, but we are going to have that full moon in Libra, which is an air sign, so the 12th. And that's the day Venus, surprisingly enough, goes direct, because it's showing definitely some love action. You could hear from a loved one, you could get a message, you could make plans to be with somebody, you could meet somebody. If any of you are doing like dating apps or something, this is very mercurial kind of energy, the Page of Swords, news, communication, apps, things like that. But there's some kind of news coming. Much happiness and love is surrounding it. Again, it could be news about you and a lover or a loved one, but it also could be, is this a little spider coming down here? Go away, spider. There's a little tiny spider that came down. It's a little piece of fate and destiny. It also could be, if you're currently attached, this could be some kind of great news that is your lover has some great news that you're happy for them as well. But there's definitely a lot of love energy going on. And the Fool is here. The Fool, now the Fool I never use the Fool as foolish. The Fool is about taking chances. And I'm hearing that Take a Chance on Me again with the ABBA song is coming through again. So it's about new beginnings, putting yourself out there, things like that. But I will tell you, like I was saying, you could be fooled with this Neptunian energy. Now, in this case, this is not you're not being fooled here. This feels very much, very genuine. So you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make a decision about love or about some big, fated new step that you're taking in life. Putting your foot upon a new path. And that's Aries, that's what you're all about anyway. You are you are the first sign of the zodiac. You are always the one, the initiator, the zero, that new beginning. Neptune going into your sign, big time changes, big time shift in energy. The energy is very different from your typical Aries energy. That's the thing. So, but, I'm sure many of you have some kind of maybe Pisces or something in your chart. Not everybody is just your sun sign. Of course, you could look into that through astrology. Wheel of Fortune is saying timing is right. The timing is right. This is divine timing. Things are aligning. It's a date with destiny. There's some kind of thing. Some of you, it may be something that you have been dreaming about or visualizing for a long time. That's going to come to fruition. I'm hearing, long time. What is that? I think it's Billy Joel. Something for a long, long time. All right, let's get your animal totem for the month of April for all our Aries friends, sun, rising, moon, or anybody with prominent Aries. This is your animal totem for this big month of April for Aries. Got the grasshopper moving by leaps and bounds. Yeah, that's so apropos. Well, that's apropos for you also, Aries, because you are those big initiators, those big starters, making those big leaps. Leaping to where you're shining in the sun. That's the big message of the grasshopper. That's why they leap from blade of grass to blade of grass, because they always want to get that spot in the sun, shine like the sun. I was here because I'm hearing shine on you crazy diamond at the same time, but that spot in the sun, so you can shine in the sun. Okay, health, blessings, fertility, the gift of song. Neptune could really be bringing in the music for you too, by the way. Inspired creation, reveal your true spirit. Reincarnation, discovering your soul path. Wheel of Fortune, discovering your soul path. Advancement by leaps and bounds. We've got to, yes, advancement by leaps and bounds, but you've got to be willing to take the leap. That's the Fool energy. I mean, for the most part, that's nothing I need to really tell our Aries, because you guys are always, you're down for a leap. You're down for a leap. All right, let's go ahead and get a card from my new Holy Hamsa Oracle deck. Now, this was the Seeing Eye, but I actually realized last month, looking at it on camera, that it was so dark. It looks really cool the old way in real life, but on camera not so much. So this is a new brightly illustrated thing. It's a riddle or mystery. Okay, so on this card too, there's little keywords along the side. You may not pick it up on camera, but if you wanted to work with this deck on your own, you would be able to see. If any of those keywords catch your eye, That's definitely something to take in. I wanted it really subtle like that. But the main sentence here is, life is a mystery waiting to be unraveled. So there could be some mysterious things popping for you, but I feel like in a good way. I'm going to go ahead and pull up. It does come with a booklet, but I had to make it of a certain size to fit in the box, and it's a little hard for me to see, honestly. So I'm going to go ahead and refer to the digital one that I can zoom in on. And I'm going to read the quote. Actually, I still need to get my different glasses. I should have changed glasses before I even started this whole thing. There's always a little bit of readjustment during Aries reading because you guys are first. Okay, there are times when the answers are unknowable. Just as we drink the drink of forgetfulness as we enter into our earthly incarnation. Sometimes the not knowing is what makes life interesting. Perhaps there is a mystery right around the corner, a riddle to be solved, or a mysterious stranger may enter your life. Whatever the case, embrace the mystery in life and enjoy the ride. In some cases, not knowing may be your spirit guide's way of protecting you from something that will only bring you down or deter you from your true soul's path. Yeah, that could be the case. But for some, you know, what I'm really getting is I feel like for some that the mystery could be solved. Something that you've been, well, it could be this, it could be that, you know, all this different things that you've been like kind of throwing out there, and you might get the answer. Let's go ahead and grab your lots of love for Aries for April. We've got impotent. Oh, this scared me. It's just some fuzz from the impotent. Well, you know, the impotent card has its meaning, of course, but I feel like there's something that is just is impotent in itself, not your lover necessarily. It's not about erections necessarily. You know, it's just about something that was not getting off the ground and you're ready to dream a new dream. That would be, if I had to say one key sentence for Aries, dream a new dream with the Neptune going in your sign. Let's get your next one. It says naturally. That's your lots of answers. And then finally your lots of proverb for Aries is going to be make love, not war. Yeah, it's interesting because the lovers are in the spread, and also when you think of Aries, you know, you are Mars ruled. That is the god of war. You know, Aries does rule over war and stuff. So this is a month with dreamy Neptune coming into your sign where you're going to want to make love, not war. It certainly seems to be around. You're going to have to be willing to put your heart out there and take a leap. There's a riddle or mystery to be solved, but I feel like you could really have some fun with it. Like this could be something that you would love to get into and love to solve. And maybe it's learning about this new person in your life. Even if it could be, for some, you could be falling in love with a child or grandchild, a newborn person in your family. And you're discovering who they're going to be in life, you know. So, path of discovery, new beginnings for sure, dreaming a new dream. Exciting time, Aries. And again, for your happy birthday, for your birthday time here, you want to make sure that you're doing your manifestation. You want to take hold of the energy. Oops, put your foot on a new path. You don't want to let have it their way with you. Circumstances have their way with you. You want to be the initiator, which you're great at, and you want to bring in the new beginnings. Steer your course. That's what my guides are saying, steer your course. As always, as first people too, it's hard to get things organized where I'm going to put everything. Because I don't like to repeat on those lots. I like to pull new ones. Okay, so let's move this. And next we're going to move on to the sign of Taurus. Well, happy birthday for all you late April Taurians out there. Same as I said with Aries, you know, this is that time to make that new beginning. Do the manifestation list, do the thing that you're wanting to create, because this is your solar new year. Okay, this is the time that is your solar new year. It's not January 1st. That's just a random date, pretty much. It's going to be this time around your solar return, or when the sun returns to your natal place. In other words, your birthday. Okay. All right, Taurus, let's cut 3 piles for Taurus from the first deck. What do we got for the month of April? Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. Taurus likes to see that. That's that big money card. All right. Next we have, the Tower. Okay, and third we have 2 of Swords making some big decision. Well, let's get some, oh, we got a little bit of glare there, don't we? We'll pull this down. Let's get some more cards for some clarifiers. I tried to do some improvement on the light. I got lights all over the place here. Because a lot of times the videos are a little bit on the dark side. On the dark side, oh, yeah, on the dark side. Well, we don't want to go to the dark side. We want to see Taurus's good vibe energy for April. 6 of Rods, 3 of Rods, and Justice. Okay. Well, some of you are coming into some money. You know, when I saw that Tower for a minute, I was like, oh boy. But not when it's surrounded by all these great cards. Holy Toledo here. Taurus, what a great initial spread you have. Tower is just a big shakeup, a big turning of events, something really changing in your life, perhaps drastically. But it's with the Ten of Pentacles. Now, sometimes that could, just looking at these two cards, I was like, ooh, because that could be loss. But I feel like it's definitely gain as we pull in these cards on the bottom. 6 of Rods is a major victory and triumph. 3 of Rods is your ships are coming in. Some big decision is being made. Now, it feels like the decision is really after the Tower. It does feel that. I don't always read these in sequentially for timing. But in this case, it feels like that is the situation. So for some of you, somebody's going to put their house on the market or something on the market, and they're going to be shocked. People are going to be, there's going to be a bidding war. That's what I'm picking up for somebody. And it's going to be, you've got this amount in mind, or this intention of this amount in mind, and it's going to far exceed the amount that you're hoping for, because more than maybe even 3 people are getting in on it. They want it, they want it, they want it, and they're going to try to get it. For others of you, it just could be some big financial windfall, maybe some kind of a stock hits, or something like that, or all of a sudden there's this major increase in your income, and then you're just like, well, what am I going to do next? This whole thing, you definitely are going to have to make some big decisions about this whole financial thing. But again, even though the Tower is here, I am not feeling like it's going to be anything that you're bad. It feels like really good. I'm looking here because I do have the full moon on the Tower, if you notice, and then we have the crescent moon over here on the 2 of Swords. So these events might be around some of these lunar events, which is going to be the full moon on the 12th in Libra, or your new moon on the 27th. So I forgot to mention that in the onset. I mean, that is a big, big day. The new moon, your birthday, even if you're a May Taurus, your birthday is always big. But even if you're a May Taurus, this is your one and only new moon for the year. So you get one new moon and one full moon every year. This is the powerful time to set your intentions. There could be some huge money coming in. And then Justice is here too. So could involve some maybe signing of contracts, or different, legal papers might be involved in some way. But there always is. Anytime there's some kind of big money transaction, there's always going to be some kind of paperwork, or, excuse me, you may need to enlist the help of a lawyer or something like that. All right, let's move on and get our animal totem for our Taurus friends, for the month of April of 2025. This is going to be for our Taurus sun, rising, moon, anybody who has prominent Taurus placements, cross watchers, whatever the case. Everything Taurus. The cat. Okay, cat energy. Some of you are going to be getting a cat. I just got that real clear. Like somebody might just be getting a cat as a pet. But the cat energy, they're cool. Cool as a cucumber, my guides are saying. And they are. Let's read what I wrote initially on this card. Stealth huntress of the night. Ancient intelligence, familiar of the goddess. Waiting patiently for the time to act. Being flexible with balance and grace. Some of you are going to get a cat, and some of you, I want to tell you that there's going to be some sign. Like if you are on the hunt for some real estate thing or something like that, I feel you're going to see a cat. And that's going to be, it's reminding me of that scene in The Matrix where they see the cat and then they know that there's a glitch in the Matrix. But I don't feel like this is a glitch in a bad way. I feel like it's going to be and it's outside, well, it might be on your social media, but I feel like for most, it's something around a property or neighborhood, and you're just going to see this cat walk by or something, and you're going to be like, oh, this is the place. This is the thing. This is the thing. This is the place. It could be other things too. It could be a name and a logo or different situations, but Let's get your Holy Hamsa Oracle card for the month of April for Tauruses. We have space. So space is about really blasting off like into outer space. If you can see any of those words along the edges here in the background and any of them stand out for you, definitely pay attention to that. They're subtle, but that was intentional. And then the main key sentence here is blasting off into new territory or galactic connections. Yeah, let me read what I wrote in the booklet for you too, because the booklet's pretty insightful. And I did actually put in some channeled material into the booklet when I was creating the booklet too. Well, it's something also, I'm looking for the page, here it is. Blasting off for sure. You know, something is blasting off. You know, something that it's going to, you know, bring you a lot of prosperity and good fortune, and you're blasting off. Okay, so I had this, this is the old setup. I had to change it around because the booklet wouldn't fit all the pictures and everything. It's just text now. So I had to remove the keywords. That's how I first started putting them in the background. But originally the three main keywords were future, stargazer, and transcend. Here's what I wrote. The space card is inviting you to look beyond the mundane existence of the Earth plane. It's 11:11 right now. We are but one of the billions of galaxies in the known universe, a mind-boggling fact indeed. There is so much more that we mere mortals can even comprehend. The night sky brings a sense of peace and wonderment as we bask in its vastness. You may have an affinity with or sense the presence of a higher dimensional consciousness, perhaps otherworldly. On a more down-to-earth level, space card may indicate an interest in astronomy, astrology, or even astrophysics. This card can also be a message of breaking free from a limiting situation and blasting off into new possibilities that have never been explored before. Yeah, it's definitely a breakthrough moment my guides are coming through with. Breaking free, breakthrough moment. Okay, let's go ahead and get your lots of love for Taurus. Shy. Well, you know, Tauruses, you can be shy. But this is not a time to be shy. If there's an opportunity, this is a time to go for it and grab it, okay? Lots of answers. It says agreed, so that's a yes. Next, we're going to have, I'm hearing that commercial. I don't know if it's called agreed. It's called Febreze. La, 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 la. I hate that smell of that stuff, that perfume. It's so, too much. All right, let's get the lots of answer for Taurus. It says, work smart, not hard. Well, you don't have to tell Taurus that. That's you all day long. There's something of value, it feels like, is sort of changing hands here this month, or there's an opportunity to do so. Could even be an inheritance for some. There may be a sudden thing that happens where you find out you have an inheritance or some big influx of money. You're going to have to make some decisions, but work smart, not hard. This could even, like, maybe talk to a lawyer who deals in these kind of financial matters for further guidance and assistance, okay? Well, Taurus, one more time, happy birthday. I hope you have a great month. And your new moon, again, is going to be at towards the end, on the 27th. You want to make sure that you're doing your manifestations during that time. You want to be creating your reality, not letting reality have its way with you. You being the master of your reality and creating the life that you want and manifesting what you want. Sure looks like there's going to be some financial gains for you. Again, my name is vickieverlie. If you want to find out anything about me, head over to my website, and the deck information and everything will be in the bottom of the description, but also there will be some more info at the end of this video. I'm still not quite organized. I have to put these somewhere where, there we go. How about over there? There we go. That's going to be much better. Let me move my pointer. And next we're going to move on to the sign of Gemini. Let me get a quick sip of water, Gemini, before we continue. And let's start to shuffle up for our Geminis. You know, well, the Neptune changing sign is going to affect everybody. it's, you know, we're not really sure how it's going to be. You know, we can only look at history. It's been maybe hundreds of years. I did a little bit of a quick video on it, and we'll do some more on it. We'll be talking more about it. Other big news for you, Gemini, is Mercury going direct on the 7th, because you are Mercury-ruled sign. So you feel those Mercury retrogrades a lot more, I think, than many other of the signs may. The first card you have for April is the 3 of Pentacles. Next you have the 2 of Cups and the Page of Cups. Okay, let me go ahead and get my Rock and Roll Tarot deck. I see that we do have a little glare, so let's move that down. Trying to be conscious of the lighting. Alright, so the Mercury going direct on the 7th, that's going to help you out, get things moving. Less discombobulated, perhaps, is what my guides are saying. Let's get 3 more cards for our Geminis. We have the 4 of Rods, this is home and family. The 3 of Rods, this is the ships are coming in. And finally, the 6 of Pentacles, so getting some financial gains, payments, etc. Well, you know, this could be a couple. When I first saw this with the 3 of Pentacles and that, some of you are, maybe even you're fixing up your house even, or you're doing some kind of you're getting these downloads from, you know, this is the Neptune energy can be very strong with this too. Getting these downloads from your spirit guides and angels, and then you're creating it and building it into the physical reality. Could be writing a novel, could be some kind of art projects that you're doing. You're building it into physical from the spiritual. Some of you, again, you may be fixing up a house here with the 4 of Rods, or doing some remodeling or fixing of your living space or your house. 3 of Rods, your ships are coming in. You're going to have some big success and get paid. Some of you may be fixing up a house to sell it or rent it or something like that. And you're going to get a good return on your investment over here with the 6 of Pentacles. That's what they're telling me. A good return on your investment. Some of you, this is a soulmate card, is right in the midst of it. So yeah, maybe the 2 of you are doing it together. You might have, you know, you and your partner fixing up the house, or maybe even doing a garden out here in the spring, you know, for the Northern Hemisphere, you know, getting your garden together, starting to do your plantings and your gardening and your landscaping and stuff like that. But for some of you, this could absolutely be a soulmate coming in the form of a child that's going to be born. When these 2 cards come together, it's very strong for somebody out there. This is the card of a spirit who is not incarnate yet. A spirit of a child, perhaps, that's wanting to incarnate. And it's going to be a soulmate to you. There is a soulmate energy that is going to want to incarnate. So even if it's not your child, it could be your niece or nephew or your best friend, or it could be, you know, a lot of different grandchild. It could be a lot of different soul connection with the soulmate card. But there is some sort of soul that is reaching out to you, if this doesn't apply to somebody that's around already. Either way, you are very much in touch with spirit, and the guides are telling me that there is going to be little messages along the way. You're going to be getting those little downloads, insights, messages, things like that. You're going to get those little confirmations along the way. That fish is really standing out to me. So, I mean, yeah, fish is Pisces, could be Pisces, but I feel like it could be something about fish, like an actual fish. I mean, there's a lot of ways that as a food, or maybe an aquarium, or maybe just being by the water and seeing a fish in the water, you know, or a bird catching a fish. You see that a lot where I live. You see these eagles and these ospreys, or ospreys, is that how they say it? You'll see them grab a fish out of a lake, and off they go with it in their claws. But there is some kind of really good vibe surrounding this. This is the card that's grabbing me so strong. This could also just be the input of that whole Neptunian energy, that opening up the channel of communicating with your spirit guides. In your case, though, it does look like you may be doing something having to do with, you know, that's going to help you with finances. So some creative project, some upgrades to your home, or something like that. Whatever the case, you're pleased with the outcome. Whatever you're building in or co-creating with spirit, and you're doing the building, it's your vision coming to life. That's what my guides are saying. You're seeing your vision come to life, and you're delighted with the result. Okay. let's go ahead and grab your animal totem. But as always, if any of these words stand out to you, or colors, shapes, please notice it, because that is how you can get messages from your own guides and get a personal message sometimes through these general readings. Okay, let's get your animal totem. We have the skunk. So the skunk is always about being noticed too. The skunk is everybody gets out of the way, everybody respects the skunk, everybody notices. For some reason, if somebody's pregnant, you may be having the baby in Leo. This could be a Leo child coming in with that skunk energy. So a Leo child would be born in August or late July. So some of you, there may be a child who's in spirit now, but they're going to come through there. Okay, skunk, asserting yourself, commanding respect, enhanced perception, clairescence, aromatherapy, kundalini rising, attracting a lover. I mean, some of you may be getting dreams and messages from an upcoming lover here too. Like, that happens sometimes. Before you meet them, you get these messages and dreams and stuff, or feelings. Walking your path devoid of obtrusions. Yes. Next, let's go over and pull a card from my brand new Holy Hamsa deck. Hot off the presses. If you'd like to work with this deck, you can get a copy through the Game Crafter, and the link is below. But what is the card, the Holy Hamsa card, for our Gemini friends for the month of April of 2025? Journey. Well, journey is and here too, I know it might be hard to make out, but if any of those little words in the background stand out to you, take note of that. Setting out on a journey, exploring new territory. Yeah, this is the Viking ship I have on here. Again, with the boat, though. Some of you, if you have a chance to go by the water or get out on a boat or something, I feel like you could really get that connection. That's why I always go to channel. When I wrote all my channel books, I go by the water. I tune into that water energy. Really does help to get things flowing and get things, that connection happening. But you could also be, like I was talking about the birds grabbing the fish and stuff, there could be symbolism there. There could be symbolism. This could also, though, just be a journey in your car. I mean, in modern day, it could be your car. But either way, I'm looking at the stars on this, and I want to say you're navigated by the star. And I want to say that you're navigated by your own true north star. And staying true to your true north star, working with your spirit guides, with the influx of the Neptune energy, it's bringing about the results that you want to see. These are result cards here. This is a work in progress. This is seeing the results, both of these. Seeing the success, and then also getting the financial rewards that you're seeking. Okay, let's go ahead and get your lots of love. We've got release. So for some of you, there's something that you need to release. It's not really showing up here. That's going to be different for everybody, but let's grab another one from the lots of answers. It says Shirley. Again, I've been saying this lately. Maybe there's even somebody by that name for some people when the Shirley token comes out, or lot. Lastly, let's get you lots of proverb. It says love is the answer. Yeah. Well, love is the answer, and that includes applying to everything. That is not just about love in the romantic sense of the word. Excuse me, I'm just trying to grab some smudge here. I need to light a little smudge. Excuse me. That is not only just in the romantic sense of the word, love is the answer, but you're lovingly building this thing here, whatever you're lovingly building, or doing this lovely garden, or whatever you're doing outside, or maybe you're, doing a pergola or a trellis, or so you're building some kind of a, a structure or something, outside, or an addition to your home, or maybe setting up, some kind of room for your, or space, maybe not even a whole room. Maybe it's just a little corner, a little space for you to do, your creative endeavors, or to have your place of contemplation, or meditation room even. It could be a yoga room or a meditation room with all this spiritual stuff. Did I read what I wrote initially for the journey card for you guys? I don't think I did I? I just felt like I had to smudge real quick, and I kind of lost track of that. Okay. Journey. The original 3 keywords that I had were travel, navigate, and movement. And then I wrote, you are being called to set out over new horizons when the journey card makes an appearance. The journey may be physical in nature, or perhaps a journey of your soul. Yeah. It is time to move on and move forward with your life. Know that you are being guided on this pilgrimage and that you are never alone. Spirit guides, right? Set your course to your true north and do your best to not lose faith or be deterred. See, the skunk, he believes in himself. Allow the winds of change to fill your sails and be the navigator of your life. Yeah, that's good. All right, I was going to call you Taurus, but Gemini, you know, there's changes in the air. But that's you. You know, you are the changeable sign. You are the mutable sign. Mercury's going direct. I can see your plans and ideas starting to manifest. And you're being very happy with the results. You're proud of yourself. You're proud of what you're accomplishing. Okay, everybody. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, don't forget to check all 3 sun, rising, moon, or really any placements that you have in all your signs, or cross watchers, whatever the case. If you want to find out more about my new deck, excuse me, that smudge is choking me. You can check out the below the description below, and I will have that information. Thanks for tuning in. And next, we're going to move on to the sign of Cancer. Hello, Cancerians, and thank you so much for tuning in for your April of 2025 Psychic Tarot reading. This is for Cancer Sun sign, rising, moon. Anybody who has prominent Cancer in their chart or cross watchers. This is all things Cancer Moonchild energy. Let's get your first 3 cards for Cancer for, I almost said July. But of course it's April. We've got the King of Pentacles. Next we have the 9 of Rods. And then lastly we have the the Knight of Cups. This is your energy, the Knight of Cups, water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Let's get 3 more cards for Cancer. Sun, rising, moon. What do we got? 2 of Swords. 3 of Rods and the Tower. Well, this is an interesting setup here because this is you, okay? This is your energy, the Knight of Cups, and regardless of gender, this is your energy. And you're looking away from this person. You definitely have some trepidation towards this King of Pentacles here. And this could be an actual earth sign person, which is a Taurus, a Capricorn, or Virgo. But this could also be maybe something happening after we move into the sign of Taurus, the earth sign energy, after the 19th, or even on or around that 27th on that Taurus new moon. Could be something happening around that time frame for you. Now, I don't get a particularly bad vibe from this person, honestly. I mean, you certainly do. It feels like you definitely have some trepidation or some course, not recourse, what are they trying to tell me? But, you know, cause to worry, I guess. You have some, something about it alerts you or is alarming in some way. Knight of Cups, you're looking away, you're looking at this other way. You've got to make a decision. Now, I feel like it's not going to be true for everybody. And of course, do your research, you know, do your due diligence. But in this reading, if this were a personal reading, I would be telling you, this person has got something legitimate to offer, and you may miss out. Because I feel like you're going to make a decision, do you want to go with them or go your own way? And I feel like many of you are leaning towards going your own way, okay? You can go your own way, go your own way. Okay, you can go your own way, but you might be missing out. I think whatever they have, this could be the ship coming in, and you're going to be like, oh, dang, I missed that. I should have listened. Or maybe it's even advice. Maybe you're looking to somebody for financial advice, and you're just like, oh, who are they? They don't know what they're talking about. It feels like you feel like they have some ulterior motive. And, you know, perhaps they do. Maybe it's one hand washes the other is what I'm getting. You know, it might be something like that. That they probably have something to gain out of it as well. But that doesn't mean that you cannot gain from it. Of course, you've got to do your due diligence. This isn't going to be true for everybody. If there's some shady whoever, don't just, oh, the reading said I should trust him. No, you always want to go with your gut instinct. But maybe do a little bit more, you know, a little bit more investigation, a little bit more information. They're giving me a song, a little more motivation, a little more. It's like a song from the 60s. A little more. It's a whole bunch of words crammed together. I'm not grabbing it. Anyways, but you have an opportunity here. Let's just put it this way. There is an opportunity during Taurus time for your ships to come in if you choose wisely. Now the tower is here. The tower could just be, wow, it's such a big success. It's such a, or it could be, man, look at what happened here and I walked away. And I walked away right before, don't quit right before the miracle. Of course, again, this is going to vary from sign, you know, depending on the person. If this is a really bad situation and you need to get out, then you need to get out. But I think the overall message is more, there's more than meets the eye. Don't be so quick to dismiss a potentially really great opportunity for financial gain, abundance, and things like this. For some of you, it could be this is a long-term relationship and you're like, you know, I wouldn't stay for all the money in the world. You know, I don't care. I don't care what you offer me, I'm out. I mean, it could go a lot of different ways. That's why the general readings are, you know, you can't really pin it down. Of course, I do have, you know, regular readings available if you want to check it out. But, you know, there is a great financial opportunity. It does involve another person, perhaps a male energy, perhaps somebody who's actually an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, perhaps somebody who is sometimes the King of Pentacles, you know. That can be somebody who is, you know, does that for a living. They might be, you know, a financial advisor, a banker, you know, something along those lines. That might be their jam, you know. Maybe they're saying if there's something you're not sure of, maybe this is the person that you do actually need to consult before making any major decisions, which is always a good idea. Oh, here comes raccoon came out. Rat was behind it, but raccoon came out. Raccoon is all about that mask energy. Okay, and things may not be what they seem. You may not have the full picture. That's always something with the raccoon energy. Masked marauder in the night. Resourceful, curious, tactile, resilient. Ceremony, ritual, the shaman's journey. Paying attention, meticulous attention to hygiene and diet. Yeah, that can be the case too. But everything is not clear right now for some reason. Now, I don't have anything necessarily in the astrology to back it up, but the cards are saying, like, you don't have the full picture for sure. You don't have the full picture. You need to investigate further and make sure that you really have all the facts before making any big decision, because there is the potential for some big gains here with this Three of Rods. The ships are coming in. Okay, let's go ahead and get your card from you from my new Holy Hamsa Oracle deck for our Cancer friends. We have the Earth. So it's doubling down on the Earth sign energy. We got the Earth sign energy here, the Earth sign energy here. This is, you know, well, there's keywords in the background. They're faint, but intentionally faint. But if anything grabs your attention, go with it. The key sentence is building on solid foundations, financial growth and stability. Yeah, that is totally the case. You know, there's definitely an opportunity here. Now I'm going to pull up the digital. The book. It does come with a booklet, by the way. The new deck. It does come with the booklet, but it's easier for me to zoom in and read out of here. Okay, the initial 3 keywords that I had were grounding, practical, and stability. Okay, here's what I wrote. Gaia, the Great Mother, provides nourishment to all her inhabitants. Ground yourself in the field of Earth to promote overall sense of well-being. The Earth card is calling you to take practical approach in all your endeavors at this time. You'll be very practical. In astrology, it's the Earth signs, and it could be the Earth sign people. Oh, let's get your lots of love. I was ready to end the reading without drawing the lots for you. Okay, drawing the lots of love first. May or may not have to do with love, or it may just be a message for you. Let's see what we get. It says bliss. So you guys, ships are, there's an opportunity for some great bliss around the ships coming in here. Okay, next we have the lots of answer. It says doubtful. So yeah, you are doubtful. I mean, you are doubtful with the Nine of Rods. You're doubtful of this person, but you just don't have the whole, you don't have all the information. You got to find out more. Okay, next. Lots of answer, lots of proverbs. Don't cry over spilled milk. You know, this could be the maybe the way that your things are panning out right now. Sometimes this could say that you are basing this on past experience, which that's how we make decisions. We all make decisions based on past experiences. But don't let the past cloud your perception of what's really happening now. This is a completely different situation. This is a completely new opportunity. So let's not just say, oh, well, I got burned in the past, so I'll never trust. I feel like for some of you, it's something really silly. Like the person's name. Like, oh, I got burned by a Johnny. I'm never messing with Johnnies again. Or, you know, something, it's sort of superstitious. Very superstitious. Dun, 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 dun. Writing on the wall. Yeah, no being superstitious at this time. Actual facts, find out what's going on, because there is some big opportunity for financial gains. Definitely financial gains. Building foundations, yes. Alright, so this is your reading. Don't forget to check all three, sun, rising, and moon in the readings. It's timestamped. You can also scrub through. If you need a reading from me or anything that I offer, you can find it all on my website. Do not be fooled by imposters. They're rampant. You know, I won't message you on YouTube or any social media. I won't be messaging you. So over to my website if you want to find out more about my cool new deck, the Holy Hamsa deck, and you'd like to work with it. It's on GameCrafter, but you could find the information below, or also through, through my website. Alrighty, next we're going to go on to the sign of Leo. Well, this whole Neptune and Aries thing for you, you know, that's a trine to fire sign energy. Neptune is very watery, though. You know, it is a very watery energy, and it can bring about a feeling of, you know, convoluted energy, but it can also bring about a feeling of a lot of creativity. And, you know, you Leos, you are very creative. Many Leos are very creative. So, you know, you could have some, for everybody, it could really be the best possible scenario, I think, could be, you know, dreams coming true. You know, something that was Neptunian and just in the dream world coming into action, coming into reality. Okay, let's go ahead and get 3 cards for Leo. We've got the Page of Pentacles. I almost said Page of Rods. The Strength card. I'll move that down. I can see that there's some glare. And the Fool. Somebody else had the Fool, I think, in that exact same spot. Okay, next we're going to pull 3 cards from the Rock and Roll Tarot, another one of my decks that I've created. Okay, the 3 cards for Leo are going to be the Devil. Here, the Devil in the Deep Blue Sea. 3 of Rods in the same spot, I think, as the last person, and 7 of Rods. Struggle. Well, you're not out of the woods yet, is what I just heard from my guides. You're not quite out of the woods yet. Now I'm hearing that, we're out of the woods, we're out of the woods. I think it's the Wizard of Oz. But things are shifting. The energy is shifting with this energy. You're still in bondage to something, and there's still you still got a little ways to go here, because the 7 of Rods says there's just a little bit more to overcome or more to deal with. There's a little bit more that you have to get through, okay? Get through to be on the other side where you want to be in this full energy of making this brand new new beginning. You know, the Strength card is often associated with Taurus, but I often associate this with you also, Leo, with this lion on here, and it's also number 8, and you are the 8th month. You know, in August is Leo season. So it may even be that you've got a little more ways to go, maybe even until we get up to your birthday, before you're really in that spot where you're really, the ships are really coming in. So that would be the 3 more months maybe. So May, June, July. So maybe even July moving into August. But if you got to hang in there, you got to have strength and patience. the money's coming. There could be news about money or a money opportunity showing up here as we move into Taurus. You know, as the sun moves into Taurus, there could be this, which is after the 19th, or even around the time frame of this new moon. This may be where you hear that this new you're excited by this, I feel. There's some exciting opportunity or something that's on the horizon, because this is on the horizon yet, but you see the potential, you see the ship coming in, you see the potential. So you're in bondage to something else. It's going to take a little finagling, my guides are saying. It's going to take a little bit more finagling to get loose of this and conclude this time frame. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of other planets that are changing sign. I don't know if there's anything. Let me grab this. Changing sign around. I could put this Aries Ingress stuff away. We're done with that. Let's see some of these planetary changes that are happening. Well, actually nothing right then, and nothing exactly in your sign particularly, but I'm just going to go with what the cards are saying, and it's saying, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take a little time to show you a broken heart. Don't you even worry, pretty darling. I know we'll find love. Yeah, find love, but this feels more like money stuff, because it looks like success. It looks like there could be a big shift in that. Like you may be trying to get out of some old entangled situation that was not fun for you, that you felt bogged down, that you felt so heavy with, and there's new situations on the horizon and wondrous things to be discovered is what my guides are saying. Oh, I like that. Let's jump over and get your animal totem for some more insights. This is going to be for our Leo sun, rising, moon for April 2025. The snail, yes, again reiterating, it's going to take a little time. It's going to take a little time. Yeah, it's going to take a little time. Things are moving at a snail's pace, basically. You know, things are moving kind of slowly, not as quickly as you would like them to move. You've got to have that patience and hang in there. Things are happening. It's just not as quickly as you'd want, or not. It's not abruptly. It's a slow build. That's what they're saying. Okay. Beneath the stony hull lies a soft and dewy side, healing of deep wounds, rejuvenation, re-emerging after a period of rain. Slow down and appreciate the little things. Yeah, enjoy the journey. That's the other thing that just came through. Enjoy the journey. All right, let's jump over and get another card from my brand new Holy Hamsa Oracle deck, which is available for anybody who'd like to work with it. Let's get another card for our Leos for the month of, I was going to say August, but of course that's your birthday month, but April. April 2025. This is sticking out one I want for you. Nirvana. Nirvana is conclusions and reaching that pinnacle point. Now again, there's some words on the side. They're subtle, but that's intentional. If any of them stand out to you, if you can make any of them out, then do go with that. Okay, it says at the bottom, a place of peace, a spiritual awakening. Yeah, you know what I feel like? It feels like not all the pieces of the puzzle are really in place just yet. Or they're saying the key players. So there's going to be people and situations that are still yet to unfold for you that's going to make this the whole big thing that you're really wanting, the big success that you're really wanting. Okay, this is the last card in the deck, the 50th card. The journey to nirvana or enlightenment is never ending. Once we set our foot upon a new spiritual path, we traverse many trials and tribulations on our life's journeys. The Nirvana card acknowledges that you have reached some point of spiritual mastery, or it is within your grasp at this moment. The card may symbolize a beacon of light, a path to adhere to, a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a state of being that we may fall in and out of, yet we keep striving to maintain. Yes. Continue moving through the stages of enlightenment and quest for higher knowledge. Yeah, we do fall in and out of it. Nobody, even the best gurus in the world, don't stay in that state of nirvana. You know, we have these big moments where we feel really in tune with the universe and we're right on course and we're following our true north. And then we have moments where we fall back. I mean, it happens to the best of us. All right, let's pull a lot from the Lots of Love. It may or may not pertain to love. It may just be a message or a word. We've got drama. Yeah, so this feels like drama. You know, there's some drama. I really want to say there's some things that you have to become untangled with in order to step your foot on this new path and enter this new chapter that you're wanting to go with and embracing here. It says easily. You'll easily be able to do it when the timing is right. Closer to your birthday, I really want to say. I know these are monthly readings, but I really want to say that starting now, but you really are going to see it come to full fruition as we move into that Leo time frame. Okay, last one we have is be the change you want to see in the world. Yeah, lead by example. By finding that peace, by not carrying, you know, being light and being open and being, you know, happy to be there. I'm happy to be here. You know, it's a great day. I'm happy to be here. You know, having things be just bright and happy. Again, bright and happy. I just heard bright and happy wins the day. Well, bright and happy wins the day. But having, well, Leos, you do have a good attitude. You know, you definitely, of all the zodiac signs, you are one who definitely has a good attitude. You're definitely, you know, you're a team player. You like to be the leader, but you're also great at being a team player and making things fun and making things lively and just going about one step at a time. It's going to take a little time, longer than you hoped for, perhaps, but things are happening, things are manifesting. All right, well, have a great month, Leo. If you want to get a hold of me for a reading or find out about my decks, you can find links below, but I also have always at my website, especially for the readings. That's the only way to contact me. No special readings at this time, but I do offer various astrology, tarot readings. Check it out if you're interested. And next, we're going to move on to the sign of Virgo. Well, hello, Virgo. You are a fellow mutable sign. So, I don't know why I said that, because there's nothing about mutable this month. I was thinking about the Neptunian energy being mutable. But also, you are someone who is ruled by Mercury. It's often overlooked. We always think of, well, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, that's it. Virgo, you are also ruled by Mercury. So this Mercury going direct as of the 7th, you know, that's going to be some nice energy for you, helping for everybody. But, you know, you like Gemini are also, you know, you just have that that Mercury ruled sign. You're going to feel those Mercury progressions, you know, more perhaps again than some of the other people. Okay, let's go ahead and get our first 3 cards. Let me do one more quick shuffle and cut 3 for the sign of Virgo for the month of April. We've got the 3 of Cups as the first card out. 7 of Rods. That's been out second time. It was in the other deck. It was out for Leo. And then, but Ace of Swords. You're going to break through the monotony I'm hearing. Break on through to the other side. All right. 3 cards for Virgo from the Rock and Roll Tarot deck. We have the Fool, followed by the Empress, and then finally we have the Death card. Okay. All right, Death is the only change. Death is not, if you're not familiar with the tarot, Death is not a bad card. It really isn't. Okay, well, you do have the 3 of Cups as the very first card out. So that does tell us that perhaps there's going to be some kind of celebration coming up. Anybody got a birthday in April? That could be a big thing that might be showing up here for, you know, a key turning point or key moment of recognition is what they're saying. A key moment of recognition. So a key moment of recognition and alleviating struggles. Some of you are planning some event. You might be planning some event. This 3 of Cups. This could be a wedding, a baby shower, some kind of a, you know, corporate event, whatever the case. And it's just been a lot of struggle leading up to it. That's what I feel for a lot of people. It's just been, I got to order the flowers. I got to talk to the band or the DJ. I got to get all this stuff together. But it's going to be a smashing success, my guys, just saying. It was 22:22 when I looked up on the clock. 22 minutes, 22 seconds. So, yeah, it's going to be a smashing success. Ace of Swords telling us victory, triumph. After this time of struggle, we're heading into this victory and triumph. And there will be something to celebrate, whether it has to do with a specific planning of an event or not. Whatever you've been struggling with, you're going to see this big breakthrough. You're going to see this big victory. And there is definitely cause to be happy and celebrate. Some of you, it could be a pregnancy. Some of you are going to turn up pregnant or have some kind of big abundance surrounding pregnancy and abundance in that way. And it looks so wonderful and so happy. It's maybe your first child, or it may be a first grandchild, because there's this newness about it. There's something new. You're putting your foot upon this new path, but it's going to be, with the Empress energy, it's very much going to be a success, they're saying. You know, highly successful, wonderful, wonderful, I don't know, some song is trying to come through about a wonderful, wonderful feeling. I'm not quite grabbing it, but it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. And it's definitely positive vibes. Death is here. Nobody's dying. It's a big change from this. It's a big change from whatever you've been kind of stuck in. Perhaps with the Mercury retrograde, too. That could really, you know, again, with the Virgo, your ruling planet, you could have really been in some struggle. All of a sudden, there's this big breakthrough. You're putting your foot upon a new path. You're the Empress. You're sitting in your glory. You're sitting in your abundance. You're sitting in your... you know, you're there. Your throne, your seat of glory is what they're saying. Seat, S-E-A-T, or maybe seed of glory, S-E-E-D. But you're definitely, you're wanting for nothing. You're happily abundant, happily in the harvest time. Some of you, again, it could be a pregnancy or something like that. But it's whatever this is, it's bringing about good, big changes, because we do have the Death card. So it is bringing about some really big changes, but again, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing. Not in the least. Not at all. Not at all. What is that? Jenny said when she was just 5 years old, you know there's nothing going down at all. Not at all. She started dancing to that fine, fine music. Her life was saved by rock and roll. Yeah. Despite all the complications, we could still dance to that rock and roll station. And it was all right. It was all right, because the woodpecker is bringing in that opportunity is knocking. Something is coming for you. Something, a big change. You want to change. You want to get out of the struggle. Listen for that woodpecker. There's something coming for you. This card doesn't come out very often. Rapping, tapping from the forest canopy overhead. Undetected if not for the sound. Listen. Primal rhythms awaken your heart to the earth song. Yeah. Well, that's a cool energy. Didn't I say something about the earth song? Was that for you or somebody else? Maybe somebody else. Okay, let's go ahead and jump over to your Hamsa. Holy Hamsa. I almost keep calling it Happy Hamsa because I was going back and forth between Holy Hamsa and Happy Hamsa for the name, and I settled on Holy Hamsa because it's twofold. It could be like, Holy Hamsa, Batman, because there's 50 different Hamsas. But also, I'm saying Hamsa. But also Holy, if you want to take it that way. If you want to use it in your spiritual practice, as many people do, it is a sacred, icon type of thing. Okay, let's go ahead and get your Holy Hamsa for Virgo. Messaging. Well, that's Mercury. This is the card of Mercury in this deck. Again, if you can see these side texts and anything stands out to you, any word grabs you, pay attention to that. That could be a message for you also. News is coming quickly. Auspicious plans unfolding. Okay, let me jump over to the digital version of the guidebook. It does come with a written one, but it's this one is the old. I had to reformat it. This is, for me, this is easier because I can zoom in. Okay, the three keywords initially I had were text, Mercury, and communication. Well, Mercury's going direct, like I've been saying. The message card encompasses all modes of communication, both past, present, and future. Texting, direct messaging, FaceTime, Zoom, phone calls, and the like. We live in such a fast-paced world with no signs of slowing down. This card may indicate the time is right to reach out to that important contact to get the favorable response you are hoping for. Keep a watchful eye on your inbox for important messages that may be coming your way. Communications of all kinds are favored when this card makes an appearance. Yeah, communication, Mercury direct. Sending those messages, though, you know, this is also, maybe you're sending out the invitations, or you're getting the whatever print. You know, sometimes there's print. A lot of things are online anymore, but I just feel like somebody's got to get things printed. Maybe the flyers or the posters, or the, you know, something having to do with, you know, the invitations for some people. On others, it's just going to be, you know, you're going to be busy. You're going to be on the phone talking, and, or, you know, going through your emails, etc., etc. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the lots of love, which may or may not pertain to love. It says warm. Well, being warm, this is this energy that's a warm, fuzzy feeling, you know, you have with the Empress energy. I feel like that really responds or correlates to that. Next, we're going to grab lots of answers. It says not now. Well, there's a little bit more struggle to go through, and actually, you know, the Mercury doesn't even go direct until the 7th, and then it's got to get out of the shadow and the whole shebang, but things are moving. Things are happening. Okay, next we have nothing ventured, nothing gained. Well, yeah, that's all about the Fool and the Ace of Swords, actually, and even the Death card. You've got to be willing to make these big changes in your life. You've got to be willing to make these big changes and move on to the next thing. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you don't put your foot upon the path, you'll never know. You'll never know. What is that? This is like Barry White, maybe. You'll never find. Oh, I can't get the rest of it. They're coming through with some good ones this time, aren't they? All right, Virgo, well, this looks like a great month for you. There's definitely some opportunities going on here. You're going to be busy, it looks like. But, I mean, Virgo should keep busy all the time anyway. Virgo busy, yeah, hello McFly. Virgos, you're always busy. You're always working on something. So you're going to see some big strides and some opportunities, but you got to be ready to act on it and have the courage to maybe even step outside your comfort zone. If you want to get a hold of me for any reason, you always have to go to my website, vickieverlie.com. Don't be fooled by imposters. If you enjoy the content, please do hit the like and subscribe. If you like my cool new Holy Hamsa deck, stay tuned to the end. There'll be more information. And you can order a copy of your own to work with and enjoy if you would like to. Next, we're going to move on to the sign of Libra. Well, hello, Libra. Thank you for coming by and checking out the tarot for the April reading. Here's what we've got. You know, it is going to be your full moon this month. You get that one new moon and you get the one full moon every year. So I will get to that. I'm going to put these cards out and I want to talk some more about this with you guys. 2 of Cups is the soulmate card. 6 of Cups is there. And then the Knight of Rods, or King of Rods, I should say. So somebody that you are involved with here, some sort of a love connection on whatever level. But let's get 3 more cards here for our, get the Ace of Swords. That was in the last reading from the other deck. 3 of Rods. That card keeps showing up in that exact position too. That's so wild. And then the 2 of Rods. Okay. Well, let me just grab my drink of water before we get started. And let's get on with the reading. Well, it's interesting because this whole thing, like, you have your full moon, which is big time culmination. It's on the 12th, but the very same day, Venus goes direct, and Venus is your ruling planet. So this is a big day for you. The 12th is a very big day. And we even have it showing up here. We got a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2. And a 1 and a 2 and a... But anyways, so this 12th, this could be a big turning point and a very positive day. There does seem to be connection with somebody from the past happening this month. Maybe it happens before that with the Venus, while the Venus is retrograde. That can often bring in people from your past. They're showing up as the King of Fire or the King of Rods or the King of Wands. fire sign energy, Leo, Aries, Sag. So we're going to be in Aries this whole month, and Neptune is moving into Aries, so plenty of fire sign energy to go around. But this is a person, and they are a king. When somebody shows up as a king, I stopped using gender and I stopped using age in the court cards, okay? Because the Knights and the King, to me, is about like the boys and the men. But you don't even have to use the gender of boy and men. The girls and the women, you could say. But somebody who is a king, regardless of their years on Earth, regardless of their age, that is somebody who is more mature, more experienced, more, you know, they're easier to deal with. There's not going to be a lot of baby games and drama and silly stuff going on, you know, especially when the fire signs, they can be silly, you know. The lion behind is standing up, so for many of you it might be a Leo or somebody, and there's even a lion over here. We got the lion on here and the lion on here. So for many of you, we might be talking about a Leo. Excuse me one second. So Leo is somebody born in late July or August, or this may be even foreshadowing during that time frame. There's, you know, could be. It's a soulmate, though. Whoever this is, it's a soulmate. Now, soulmates are not only on a romantic level, by the way. You know, we have many soulmates on this earth walk. We have soulmates that are our friends, our co-workers, our boss, different things. So the Two of Cups here just says that it's a soulmate. It's somebody who's meant to be. Because the cards that follow down here, boy, it just looks like it's... Well, first of all, the Two of Rods is here. We got to talk about that. The Two of Rods is a card of partnership. Long-term partnership. Not necessarily related to love at all, but I always welcome this card in regarding with love, because if you're not friends, then how are you ever going to make it, you know, in a long-term partnership? If you don't have an underlying friendship, you go through that honeymoon period, and once that dies off, you know, what are you left with? You know, you don't even like the person. So this says that this has legs for a long-term relationship. Two of Rods says, you know, long-term partnership, you see things the same way. But it could be a great working relationship too. This could be a working relationship for some. Three of Rods is your ships are coming in. Look how we have 1, 2, 3. We got 1, 2, 3. So things are moving, you know, I mean, it's not exactly in a row, but they're all there. So things are moving along. There's this new beginning, this new victory. We're moving on to the next phase, and then on to the next phase, and so on and so forth. So there is this moving on to the next phase. There is this continuation of whatever you're initiating, whatever you're starting. There's new beginnings, and it's flourishing, and there is a very happy, good vibes. If it's not romantic love, it's a great, you love this person. You love spending time with them. It could be a creative collaboration for many. That could be a big thing, too. It could be somebody who is a creative partner that you work with as a team. Sorry if you can hear my dog thumping over there. He's thumping away. He's got an itch that needs scratching. Right, Rocco? He's got an itch that needs scratching. So maybe some of you, maybe some of you have an itch that needs scratching, and that's what this is about. But for others, this is long-term collaboration on whatever level. Long-term collaboration comes through really strong on whatever level. As a work team, as a, who knows, whatever. Okay, let's go ahead and get the animal totem for you guys, the dolphin. Well, the dolphin is very high vibing energy. Dolphin is ET energy, high vibing. So that's the kind of energy that this partnership, relationship, whatever it is bringing into your life. Like I said earlier, it's not petty drama and all this crapola. You know, this is we're doing something here. We're doing something, and we're both on board, and we both are bringing equal. You know, we're both in it to win it. Optimist, clairaudient, spirit guide, starseed, joyous interactions of fun and play, sexuality, caring for those less fortunate, embracing personal freedom, and respecting others' choices. Yeah, there's a more evolved sense to this relationship. It's not petty and juvenile. It's more evolved. Embracing personal freedom and respecting others' choices. You know, that's what a more evolved relationship it does, perhaps, you know. You're a different person, but yet you're a great team. So there is this energy of great team. For some of you, it could be your long-term relationship, and maybe you just have been in a little bit of a funk lately, and that you're just going to be feeling you're falling in love again, because you do. That's what happens in long-term relationships. You fall in and out of love. Falling in and out of love with you. Falling in and out of love with you. Something like that. I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, let's get your... I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull a... I'm going to pull a card from the Holy Hamsa deck. Woo! Look at this. Flux. Okay, take a look at it. And if you can pick up any of these words on the side, anything grabs you and you can make it out, go with that, because that could be a message from your spirit guides. The magic hour is upon you, a powerful time of creation. Yeah, but things are in flux. That's what it means. It's that in-between time. Well, let me read what I initially wrote in the booklet here. Number 6. I'll scroll back to number 6. There's 50 cards in this deck, by the way, if you're curious. I'm going to do a full rundown at the end of this video. You can listen in. The tween time is that magical moment when things are in flux, between light and dark, wake and sleep, day and night, where one world abuts unto another. It is possible to transition into another timeline, another way of being, another reality. In the world where magical creatures make themselves known and are available to help you in your endeavors. As you drift off to sleep, set your intentions as your soul transitions from the physical world off to the land of Nod. If your life seems to be in flux, steer your visioning to the highest possible outcome and live your dreams now. Yeah, you could be kind of living the dream, Libra. I mean, it really does look that way, you know. For some of you, that dolphin grabbed me again. If you don't live in an area where there's dolphins, although I found out recently that there's even dolphins in the Great Lakes. There is freshwater dolphins. You know, I thought I've seen them before, but I was just like, no, that can't be. That's got to be that other fish. There's some other big fish. It's almost like a giant eel. But no, there are dolphins, and even in the Great Lakes. But I mean, you might want to go somewhere where you maybe are going to get recapture your love, as a getaway. You might go on some little trip and swim with the dolphins or something. You know, for some people, it'll be different for everyone. Oh, we got to do the lots. I was about ready to wrap the reading up without doing the lots. Okay, lots of love may or may not pertain to love. Let's see what we get here. Action. Right with the Ace of Swords. So yeah, taking action. Maybe you might be the one who has to take the initiative here and extend the olive branch if there has been a falling out. Or even if there's not been a falling out, maybe this is an old work partner or collaborator and you got this new project. You know who would be perfect for that new project? I'm going to give them a call. I'm going to text them and see if they're interested in working with me again. Okay, next we have plainly. So that's a yes, plainly. Okay, and then finally, we're going to get our lots of Proverbs. It says, jealousy is the green-eyed monster. Well, it certainly is, isn't it? Maybe, that's not going to be this thing here, though. If you're concerned about that, when this Two of Rods, you guys are on an even playing field, equal playing field. You're a team. You're a partnership. There's no jealousy. This is collaboration. No matter how you slice it, this is a very strong, powerful, and successful collaboration that's bringing in some really high vibe and energy here. So really good stuff here for you, Libra. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in. If you want to get in, I don't have any special readings, but I do offer readings. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, we can dive into deeply to some of these things. If you want to take a look at my deck or start to work with it on your own, it's a great deck to work with on your own because you can just pull cards and get answers. And there's modern day things in it. That's one of the great things about this deck. It does have modern day. It's not all knights and white satin, I'm just going to say. But knights and kings, it's modern day stuff is included. Okay, next we're going to move on to the sign of Scorpio. Well, Scorpio, Neptune is moving into, Aries. It's going to change the vibe for everybody. Mercury going direct, changing the vibe for everybody. The new and full moons. Now, the full moon is going to be in, the new moon is going to be in your opposite sign. So it's, Libra had all this energy about in their reading about the partnership stuff, and this could be a time for you where also your partnership, even if you're not Scorpio rising, just the fact that you have Scorpio, Taurus being your opposite sign, no matter what the placement, that could be definitely a time of partnerships. But let's see what the tarot has to say for our Scorpios. We've got the Page of Swords. We have that in that same position, and also Moon energy and Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Next, let's shuffle again and get this whole card for our 3 cards for our Scorpios, Sun, Rising, or Moon. What do we got here? Chariot, Justice, and Knight of Fire, Knight of Rods. Well, some kind of news and messaging is coming, maybe connected to the moon, so we always got to look, well, what's the new or full moon? Of course, I mentioned the new moon on the 27th in Taurus, that's at the end of the month, but we have a full moon in Libra. It's air sign energy, and this is air. This is messaging in air. So there could be some kind of, on the 12th here, around the 12th, there could be some kind of good news coming your way from the Queen of Pentacles. So regardless of gender, the Queen of Pentacles could be an earth sign energy. So, I mean, it might even be, this is straddling both, because we've got fire and earth here. So this is whatever this situation is we're looking at here, this isn't a one and done kind of situation. This is straddling both time frames of fire to earth, so Aries to Taurus. So, but the turnover point where we change from Aries into Taurus is around the 19th here. We change from Taurus. But this person, besides perhaps being an earth sign, a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, is Easter this month? Well, Easter for Christians, but because that bunny is grabbing me. I believe it is. Isn't Easter? Yeah, Palm Sunday, then Easter is going to be on the 20th. So it might be Passover, whatever, it's the same day. But the bunny grabbed me, that's why I've said Easter. So it might even be something around the 20th. So that's right on the border, when 19th to 20th is when the sun changes sign. Whatever the case, the Queen of Pentacles does bring in that financial gains, that financial money. So this could be definitely some kind of a money situation. It may be that partnership we're talking about too, because that Taurus energy. This could be that partner in that other sign. This looks like big time success. Chariot, if any of you have been in a lawsuit that's been dragging on for a long time, Chariot, you could hear that, yeah, you got the victory, you got the triumph, you got the lawsuit is a big success, you've got this major triumph, this major victory. Okay, so that's coming for you. Some of you may be going on some kind of a trip and you're making the final plans or something like that. This feels, though, like in the time of Aries, you're going to find out the news. And this is making that noise. I was like, what's making that noise? There's a weird noise, and it's this, okay? Yeah, so you're going to get that news, and justice could also be karmatic justice, to where whatever you've been going through, whatever, like justice is done. That chapter is over. That chapter is finally over, and you're free to move on to the next thing in your life, which is very exciting. There's a lot of excitement with this Knight of Rods and the Chariot. Feels like there's a lot of excitement. The Chariot is actually the card of Cancer, so it could be something around the time of Cancer. But the other thing, I use the Chariot associated with you very often, Scorpios, because the Chariot is the card of the Phoenix rising from the ashes. And that also is a scorpionic thing. You are the Phoenix rising from the ashes. Pay attention to your dreams and symbols that are happening around this time with the Moon card. The other thing with the Moon, for some, this could be something having to do with your mother, if she's still living. The mother or the maternal side of your family, your maternal line, grandmother, whoever. All right, let's start shuffling up and get our animal totem for our Scorpio friends. Looks like it's going to be a pretty big month. The word achievement is really standing out to me. By the way, let that happen. If these words stand out to you, I'm a big fan of putting text on cards and letting letting your eye wander and let that stuff grab you, because that's how you can really get a message that's just for you, even though, this is a general reading. I was screwing around with this thing and I moved it a little bit. Okay, let's get your animal totem for Scorpios for April. Got the beaver. You're building something with the beaver. Builder, dreamer, familial, friend, dweller of land and water, afoot in two worlds. Your diligence can change the flow of the river, be the architect of your life. Yeah, some of you may be signing some kind of actual architecture plans. Like maybe you're going to be building something, a house or an addition, or something along those lines where you're going to need to be you're going to be dealing with an actual builder, and you may be signing contracts with them, or signing paperwork with them in order to initiate this next phase of this project that you're doing. Okay, next let's go ahead and get on to the sign of, not the sign of, we're going to pull a card from my Holy Hamsa new oracle card, so I'm so excited about it. I revamped my other deck, and it's out in a new form, and it's available right now. So let's get a card for Scorpio. We've got home. Yeah, some of you are going to be doing some things around the home. Maybe remodeling, changing homes. Maybe you're going to be moving. This could be a card of a move. I want you to, if you can pick up any of the words in the background around the edges, definitely pay attention to that, because that could be a message for you. Okay, home is where the heart is, a place to call your own, and it's card 30. There's 50 cards altogether, and I'm going to read from here because it's just easier. It does come with a booklet, but it's easier for me to read from here. The 3 initial keywords that I had were lair, haven, and sanctuary. We all need a place to call home, whether it is a brick and mortar building or simply a state of being. A place that is filled with love and good fortune for all who dwell there. If you have been wanting to move, this card may denote just that. A change for the better in your living situation is indicated. In some cases, you may be moving in with a partner and building a love nest. A sense of contentment and peace fills your heart as you lay your head down for the night. Yeah, so finding that peace. I mean, can you put a price on peace? I don't know that you can. For some of you, you might be moving to a different neighborhood that's really peaceful and quiet. If you live in like a city now, you may be moving somewhere where it's very peaceful and quiet. The key is standing out to me too. So I might be getting that key. Okay, next. Karmic. There was a karmic situation that is coming to an end. The full moon in Libra, if you are Scorpio rising, that is a full moon in your 12th house. So that very much can be a big ending of a karmic cycle as well, a 12th house situation. Because that is the end of the road, and it starts over at the first house. There's only 12 houses in the zodiac. But let's go ahead and get your lots of answers. It says truly. So something is true. Byron Katie, is it true? Is it really true? It's really true. And here we go. This is your last lots of proverb. What goes around comes around. It's interesting that you got karmic and what goes around comes around, because those could be very similar kind of things. So, whatever you're leaving behind, I'm going to say, is, don't worry about it, because you're moving on to the next chapter. Everybody is making big leaps and bounds into the new chapter of their lives right now, because there is so much transitions with the planets. This is the first of the big major transits. The next 3 months, April, May, June, we're going to have a big planet changing signs. So this is the first one, and it's in Aries. So we all are going to feel these big changes at this time, and you're no exception, Scorpio. All right, well, if you want to get a reading from me or astrology report, I have all sorts of things on my website. I appreciate it. If you want to work with my new Holy Hamsa deck, it is available through the Game Crafter right now. You can go to that website. The link will be in the description, and it'll also be, always go to my website for most things, because the social media imposters are crazy. They're just always trying to fool people into. And it's just not me, okay? I'm not messaging you on social media for a free reading. Believe me, I'm not, okay? All right, everybody. Well, I want you to have the best month. And then next we're going to move on to the sign of Sagittarius. All right, Saggies, you crazy pants. Let's see what's going on for you guys. This Neptune going into fire again, your fire sign. So it's going to be conducive to your fire energy. But, it's a mixed bag. I mean, it's really a mixed bag. Nobody really knows what's going to be like. because we just haven't lived through it. You know, we can speculate, but there's just nothing to compare it to in a human lifetime, this Neptune transit. It's more than 100 years ago. It's 150 something years ago. So we shall see. We shall all see together. All right, let's see. We're going to get 3 cards for our Sagittarians. We've got the 8 of Cups, a journey. Sentimental journey. The 4 of Cups, sentimental journey. And the King of Cups. A lot of cup energy for Sagittarius. That's all water energy. Well, I mean, it could be construed as, you know, water energy. It could be construed as, let me put this down here so that I know not to place anything. That's the spot where we're going to have the light issues below that point. Below that point is safe. Okay. All right. Sentimental journey. 3 more cards for our Sagittarius friends. We've got the High Priestess, followed by the 8 of Cups twice. Okay, 2 8 of Cups. This is the first double card that's come out this month. You're the first sign to get the double card. And it's the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is all about moving on. Moving on to something else. You've been there, done this. You've been doing this for a while, and you've been there, done this, and you've had it. You know, you just had enough of it. You don't really know what's out there. It's kind of a mystery. You know, with the Moon card, it's kind of, well, the Moon, not the Moon card, but the Moon being depicted on here, it's sort of a mystery. The Moon being depicted on here, and I'm going to bring the High Priestess in too, because the High Priestess definitely has Moon energy all over the place. She's got a full moon here, a crescent moon here. We might be looking at some of these lunar events. So again, the full moon in Libra, Venus goes direct that day, but there's also going to be a new moon in Taurus. And we do have earth sign energy showing up here. So you may be contemplating, because this is a card of contemplating too. You may be contemplating some kind of move, some kind of journey, moving on to the next situation. And you may have even been contemplating it all the way back into Pisces time, all the way back into March, you know, early March. There is a person involved who may be a water sign energy, a Scorpio, a Cancer, or a Pisces. And they are a king, so they are more emotionally mature. Some of you may be relocating for a job, or some of you may be relocating for a romantic relationship. This could be somebody that you met who lives a distance away, and you've been traveling back and forth to, you know, in a long-distance relationship to see them in person or whatever. You go one time, and then they travel to see you, back and forth, whatever. But honestly, these journey cards don't have to be, this 8 of Cups don't have to be, and often are not, an actual physical journey. It's more symbolic most of the time. And again, it's always something that you have been putting a lot of time and effort into, but you're on your way now. You don't need it anymore. My guides are coming through with it may have been like a crutch. It's a crutch, and you just really don't need it anymore. You're on to the next thing. And there is this air of mystery, but I'm hearing mystery and excitement. So you don't know what it's really going to be, but there is this excitement surrounding it. There is this awe and wonder, excitement. What does the future hold for me? You know, this new lease on life. You know you're done with the old, but you're not sure what's going to be the new thing. And as we move into Taurus, I feel like, because that's going to be after the 19th, we'll move into Taurus, and on the 27th, we'll have that Taurus new moon. As we move into this Earth sign Taurus energy, this is going to be this time of really putting your feet on the ground and really having a solid base in the new situation. So this could be sort of a transitionary time that we're in right this minute, but by the end of this month, you're going to really have a good, solid, firm grasp on everything that's going on with it. Okay, next let's get our animal totem for our Sagittarius peeps. The squirrel. The squirrel is a card of great abundance for me. Squirrel is always a card. Well, not even a card. When I see squirrels, I know I've got some money coming. And it's been that way for a long time. It could mean other things, but it definitely is being in a state of abundance, because the squirrels are always saving, you know. And it's also busy. Plentifulness, frolic, and play. Planting seeds for future prosperity. That could be very much a key phrase. Planting seeds for future prosperity. Moving with balance, grace, and speed. Healing through grounding in the earth. Yeah, this earth sign energy is going to be really important to you for some way, Taurus. Not Taurus, Sagittarius. And, you know, that grounding energy also could be really, really important. Okay, let's go ahead and get the card from my new Holy Hamsa Oracle deck, which is available. If you want to work with it, you can find the link below. I revamped that whole deck. You can tune in to the end of the video and find out more information about that. Oh, this one wants to pop for you. Yin Yang. Well, the Yin Yang card is about balance. I want to show you this closer because I want you, if you see any words along the sides here in the background, any words stand out to you, that could be a key message for you. Okay? Let's read the Yin Yang. It says, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Now this book, it does come with a booklet, but I'm more comfortable reading from my phone because I can really zoom in and read the words more easily. So I'm going to read what I wrote initially with it. The 3 initial keywords that I had with it were balance, duality, and synergy. Heaven and earth, dark and light, good and evil, 2 sides of the same coin. The yin is the dark feminine and the yang is the masculine sunlight. Together they are whole, complete, united. The Yin Yang card is a call to bring balance into your life. Work and play, wake and sleep, balanced diet and nutrition. In relationships, it may signify harmony and mutually supportive situations. Where one may lack, the other excels, which makes for a great team. Well, it certainly does. It certainly does, Ale. Yeah, so a great team. One or more of these people are going to be a part of your great team going forward, okay? Let's go ahead and pull our lots of love. It may or may not pertain to love. It's heal. So you're in a healing time. Often when you make these big, you know, you're leaving this behind. The cups are emotional. There was an emotional component to whatever you're leaving behind. Kind of scoot this up a little bit without getting glare. Yeah, there we go. And, you know, there's going to be a healing time. Leaving that situation will be a healing time. Indeed. Indeed. So they second that emotion. I second that emotion. If you feel like loving me, da, 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 da. I second that emotion. It's never too late to be who you might have been. Perfect. This is one of my favorite ones anyway. Well, yeah, because this is, whatever this is not who you really want to be. You know, the other thing about the High Priestess card here is that it's about going into your deep intuition, about revealing your true soul path and that. So that may all be, you may be getting some big download aha moments about all this stuff. And yeah, you're going to be like, okay, now I know who I really want to be. Now I'm moving on to go find that. You're going on your hero's journey. This could be the first step of the hero's journey for you, Sagittarius. All right, well, thanks so much for tuning in, Saggies. I want to, if you want to check your sun, rising, and moon, it's always advised. If you want to work with and get a copy of my Holy Hamsa new Oracle cards, they're over on the website, or you can just find the link below in the description. You gather up these cards. And if you want to get a reading from me or anything else I offer, it's always going to be available over there on my website, vickieverlie.com. Don't be fooled by imposters. Next, we're going to move on to the sign of Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. This is going to be your April of 2025 Psychic Tarot reading for Capricorn sun sign, rising sign, moon sign. Anybody who has Capricorn in their astrology chart, this is for you. Cross watcher, whatever the case may be. Well, like everybody, I'm saying, you know, there's a lot of changes this month. None of them are exactly in your sign, but that doesn't matter. I mean, everybody's affected in one way or another, okay? Let's take a look and see what's up for Capricorn for the month of April. We've got Hierophant. The Ace of Rods almost came out with it, but we're not putting, we don't have room for all these extra cards. Strength and Six of Rods. Victory and triumph. Okay, I'm hearing going with the bigger entity. Yeah. Okay, next we're going to do 3 cards from the Rock and Roll Tarot deck for our Capricorn friends. Magician, 3 of Rods, and Two of Rods. Somebody else had this exact lineup too. Two of Rods and Three of Rods in the bottom. And there was an ace here, and we got it again. 1, 2, 3. And then up here we've got 5, 6, oh no, 8, 5, 6, 8. But it's like these things are moving in order. Moving in stereo. Life's the same. Moving in stereo. It's all inside you. Anyways, moving in stereo. The bigger entity, though, is this Hierophant. You know, that's definitely what they're talking about. If you have a choice to work for a small company or a big company, go with the big company. If you have a choice to even like do a small insurance company or a big insurance company, go with the bigger company. Whatever it is, the bigger company, or the bigger entity, they want me to use that term, is going to be the one that holds the key for you. Even though this is going in line too, but then even the Magician is pointing. I always look at the Magician pointing. Okay, what is Magician pointing at? The Magician is pointing straight up at the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is going to be an important element for you this month. This is the group you belong to. This could even be like a church or a group that you belong to or hang out with or something along those lines. But it's definitely going to help you in some way to build this strength for the future. Six of Rods, you've got this big victory showing up. You got not only Six of Rods, but 2 and 3 of Rods. 3 of Rods, your ships are coming in. 6 of Rods, you're getting those triumph, you're getting those accolades, you're getting that acknowledgement, you're getting that spotlight. The sun is shining on you, the spotlight. That's, you know, this is something you've been putting a lot of time and effort into here with the Strength card. And it's saying, you know, you're not quite there. These are low numbers here. So you're not quite all the way there. But you're definitely you're moving in the right direction. You're on the road. The road to freedom, the best I ever had. Yeah, you're on the road to freedom, the best you ever had, definitely. So, Magician is you taking the bull by the horns, you taking the initiative. It's funny I said take the bull by the horns too, and we are moving into Taurus the bull time frame here. We're going to have Taurus new moon, and the sun is going to move into Taurus on the 19th and the new moon on the 27th. So those could be key dates. That song is not leaving me. The road to freedom, the best I ever had. That's Bob Marley, I think, isn't it? I can't think of any of the rest of the lyrics. The road to freedom, the best I ever had. It's staying with me, though. Well, so nothing wrong with that. That's definitely, we definitely want freedom, and we definitely want to always be aspiring to have the best we ever had. 2 of Rods, I think a lot of this is going to have to do with you just clicking in and finding that right thing. Because a lot of times that can be what the 2 of Rods is about. So if you've been dipping your toe here and there and everywhere, the 2 of Rods says, now I finally found the right thing. Now I finally see the direction that I want to go in. I finally see the right thing for me. That is the path for me, the path to enlightenment, they're saying. But it's really the path to whatever you're shooting for. Success, what are you shooting for? Independence with the Magician, that's often very much being an independent. But see, it's a dichotomy here because you're an independent, but then there's this bigger entity thing again. Maybe for some of you, you might find a freelance gig where you are freelancing for this bigger company, but you are an independent contractor. And so you're doing this work of the independent contractor towards the bigger entity. His thing always reminds me of his scepter or whatever, on this particular deck anyway. It looks like a telephone pole or something. So it could be in the communications field for some. This reminds me, these towers and stuff, this reminds me of, you know, the communication field. So it could be something, you know, having to do with the communication fields for some, or maybe it's just you're going to get the news. It's coming down the wire. When I say coming down the wire, or coming down to the wire, that often means like it comes down to the very last thing, and then voila, you have this big, moment of recognition. The spotlight is definitely on you, so stand there and bask in it and receive. It's a time to receive acknowledgement and a credit for all the hard work that you've done, which, you know, you always are working, Capricorn. I mean, I'm a Capricorn too. I'm with you. I've been working my butt off getting this deck together this month. But anyways, let's jump over and get your animal totem for our Capricorns. The lion. So you got a lion here and a lion here. So there's double lion energy. Well, first of all, a lion is the king of the jungle. They're the top of the food chain, pretty much, you know. So that could be you being top of the heap, a number one. Da 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 da. What is that? These little town blues. I'm changing keys. In New York. So some of you, the bigger entity could be maybe going to New York, like a bigger city. I mean, I don't know if that's such a thing anymore, that you really have to go to these different places. You know, like back in the day, you had to go to LA because that's where the music scene was. Or if you wanted to be in film or movies, you'd have to go to LA. And then New York, if you want to do theater or different things, you know, Wall Street's there, you know. Well, maybe Wall Street is still there. But I mean, these days, you're sitting home in your pajamas, you know, and trading online with your computer. I mean, I don't know. But whatever it is, I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. If you can make it there, you'll make it anywhere. But this Leo energy, this is Leo. Lion is Leo energy. Well, lion is all this stuff too. We'll read about the words for it in a minute. But the fact that it's showing up twice, we might be looking at some kind of Leo stuff here. This may not hit until the 8th month. You may be starting it now. I said this for another sign too. But it may not be coming all the way to fruition until Leo. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the astrology calendar, and we're going to look at when we're going to have a Leo moon this month. We will have a Leo moon on the 6th, 7th, and 8th. And later in the month, no. So these are the 3 days. The 6th, 7th, and 8th, we will have a Leo moon. So those could be key days. And here's your 6th, too. So maybe the 6th, the 7th, Mercury goes direct. Those could be your big key dates. But you may even be working with a Leo. Or, like I just said, it may be time to take your bow. Yeah, definitely. Because the Leos are like the stage, you know. Majestic, generous, fierce, proud, courageous king of the beasts. Sublime leadership, there it is. Sublime leadership inspires loyalty. Delegate authority, then bask in the sun. Yeah, well, you're good at all that. You're good at being a leader, and you're good at delegating authority too, Capricorn. That's definitely a Capricorn thing. All right, let's go ahead and get your card from my brand new Holy Hamsa Oracle deck. This is my revised deck that I was working on last time. I'm going to talk all about it at the end of the video if you want to hear more about how the whole process made me change it over and everything that happened. But for now, let's get a card for Capricorn. The wish card. All right, you got the wish card. So that means a wish is coming true. Something you set in motion. Perhaps something that you tuned in today to learn about or wonder about, that you were wondering about it as you tuned into this reading. You're getting a big yes on that. You're getting yes, your wish is coming true. Look to the side. I don't know if the camera's picking up. I'm trying to get some good light on it. Any of these background words standing out to you? Let that, if you do, if it does, if you see one, or even the words on here, definitely leave it in the comments for me. Your wish is coming true, a time of great abundance. Well, yeah, that's what we want to hear, right, Capricorn? Let me pull up the, I like to look at the digital version. It does come with a book, but the booklet, I had to cram things in a little, and so there's no keywords and there's no images. That's what prompted me to put the keywords on here, and then it went from there. But anyways, wish card. The initial 3 keywords that I had with it was success, fruition, attainment. This card signifies a definite yes to your question when it shows up in the spread. Thank your lucky stars and count your blessings, which are many. You are on a roll and the gifts keep coming. Make a wish and trust that the universe has got your back, for you are aligning with divine synchronicity. Success, fulfillment, happiness, and satisfaction. Wonderful things are unfolding in your life. Enjoy. Yeah. So that's a great card to have. It's one of the best cards in the deck. If you notice, I made it number 9 too, which is the 9 in the tarot. The 9 of Cups is the wish card, so a little nod to the tarot there. But anyways, let's go ahead on to the lots, and let's get your lots of love, which may or may not pertain to love. It says growth. Yeah, you're growing. Maybe some of you have been, somebody out there, you might be have a business that you're selling. You may have been an entrepreneur and had this business or this thing, and then you're selling it, and the bigger entity is going to buy you out or something, and you're growing exponentially with your business. It could be personal growth too. Lots of answers. It says unsure. Okay, see, something is unsure. This looks pretty darn sure. All right, next we're gonna go on and get that lots of proverb. If you love something, set it free. Yeah, that could kind of echo back over here to this whole, you know, maybe you put your heart and soul into some kind of a business and somebody wants to swoop in and buy it, and maybe you're going to sell. If you love something, set it free, though, is often about, you know, a relationship. You know, you can't hold on too tightly in relationships because then you're just going to smother the other person and things like that. You could take it as it resonates. It'll be different for everybody. But in any case, Capricorn, sure looks like a great month for you. There's Leo energy coming through really strong. So maybe it's that moon date. What was it, 6th, 7th, and 8th? You have to rewind the tape. Or 5th, 6th, 7th, maybe it was. But anyways, other than that, though, you know, wow. You know, this is a big milestone moment, my guide just said. So lots of success, lots of action in the right direction, and you could be really seeing some big things happening this month for you, Capricorn. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get these cleared away for the next sign. And what was I going to say? If you want to get a reading from me, I don't have any special offers right now, but I do have readings available if you want to get the personal reading. It's over here. Turnaround time is usually within a week, so it's not a long wait for the reading. And, you know, where did I put all my cards? Oh, here they are. Like, where did they go? Okay. I can't find where I put the rest of these, but we'll have to just roll with it. I hope I didn't put them back in the deck. But anyways, Capricorn, I hope you have the best month ever, and we'll be back again soon with another reading. If you want to see my weekly stuff, it's over on Patreon. Other than that, we're going to move on to the sign of Aquarius. Well, Aquarius, you know, you got the Pluto in your sign still. That's always the big news. It's going to be the news for you for some time. As far as any big planetary transits, that's going to be it. But here's what's happening. So, and I go into this a lot more in the weekly Patreon readings as it happens. But, so when you have any of these big planets that are transiting, such as Neptune transiting into Aries, it's going to automatically make an aspect to your Pluto in your sign. So it's going to trigger that urge of Pluto for that transformational energy to take place. You're going to see the energy be transformed. Oh, there they are. There's those cards. I found them. Hold on. I see where I put them. Okay. You're going to see that transformational thing is really going to get ticked off and activated, okay? So Neptune into Aries, you know, that's going to be ticking that off over the next couple months, really. So transformation is the word for the day. Let's see what we've got for our 3 cards here. We've got the King of Swords, followed by the Wish card, 9 of Cups. Last sign had the Wish card for my deck. Wow. And the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. So some big money wishes are coming true for many Aquarians this month, looks like. Let's get 3 more cards for our Aquarius from the Rock and Roll Tarot. Got 4 of Swords, Knight of Swords, and 3 of Rods. Ships are coming in. 3 of Rods has been out quite a bit this month. Well, you're represented twice here. Regardless of gender, you're going to be the sword person as you, okay? So you're represented as the Knight and the King. Whenever you see the Knight and the King as the same suit, in this case the swords, you always got to recognize that this is growth, this is change, this is progress. So you're not a novice anymore. You're not some little don't know anything anymore. Ne'er thee well, they're saying. I'm not sure if that's the correct terminology, but that's what they wanted me to say. You're not some little ne'er thee well. You are the King of Swords. You are stepping into your power. And with it comes this Wish card, your wish is coming true, and the 10 of Pentacles. This is the big money card. It's the most money card, the highest money card in the deck. Sometimes the King of Swords, if not representing you, for an overall majority, I feel like it represents you. It could also represent you and somebody else. Like, the sword energy can be a lawyer or attorney or somebody. Somebody who's dealing with some legal matters that is going to bring about this whole 10 of Pentacles thing for you. you know, there's this whole, you know, you've been waiting. Four of Swords, you've been waiting, you've been healing, and you're ready to come back stronger than ever. That's what I really feel. You see this little spark of success. There is this little spark of success that you see or feel. It's on the horizon. You've been kind of laying low, conserving your energy. Perhaps this Pluto has really, you know, kicked your butt. Perhaps the Pluto energy has really brought in some real intense energy for you. And if that's the case, you're going to see all of a sudden, you're going to get, you're ready. You're ready, you're going to make a jump. You're ready you're going into the big leagues. That's what I'm hearing. You're moving up into the big leagues, into the next level of whatever the case may be. It's going to vary from case to case, but it sure looks good. You got 9 and 10. 9 and 10s are the, you know, 10 is the most. It's just like a regular deck of playing cards. You have your ace through 10. 9, 10, those are the top 2 things. So you've come a long way, baby, they're saying. You've come a long way, and you're moving on to this, the upper echelon, they're saying. You're moving into the upper echelon, into the next level of success, enjoying life, financial freedom, and all sorts of wonderful things. Okay. The Swan, talk about transformation. The Swan is a major card of transformation and coming into your full beauty and coming into your full expression, your full soul's expression, you could even say. Okay, Swan, graceful beauty, loyal partner and friend, recognizing the divine within us all. Transformation, emergence of your true being, and loving yourself at all stages of life. Yeah, when you were vibing in the night energy, maybe you need a little more love and attention. Maybe you didn't quite fit in, because the Swan card is, you know, you always think of the card, not the card, but the story of the ugly duckling. You know, the ugly duckling wasn't ugly. They just weren't like the other ducks, because they weren't a duck. They were a swan. And so this is you blooming, blossoming, really coming into your own, expressing yourself at the highest level. So you're really, this is a beautiful, beautiful transitionary period for you. Could be that Neptune. The Neptune could suddenly make dreams come true. It really can. Okay, let's get your card from the, not the lucky Hamsa, the holy Hamsa oracle card, and you've got music. Okay. So let that, look at those things. I'm trying to get some good light on it for you. If any of these side words or background words stand out to you, definitely pay attention to that. The key phrase is music speaks to us all, the soundtrack of our life. And it's card number 31 of the 50 cards. Now I mentioned the other signs. It does come with a booklet, but for me this is easier to read off of here. The three main keywords I had were revel, harmonize, aphrodisiac. You are being invited to bring music into your life when this card makes an appearance. Dance the dance of enchantment and feel the energy of its presence. Music fills our souls and raises our vibration. It has the power to heal and the power to transcend through frequency itself. Whether you play an instrument, sing, or are just a music lover, it is time to allow the tonal resonance that is music to envelop your very being. Yeah. I mean, some of you, maybe you were learning an instrument, or maybe you were playing small clubs and all of a sudden you get some big, you know, I know a lot of creative people do watch my channel. So maybe you're going to get, if you are a musician, maybe there's going to be some big, you're in the big leagues, they keep saying. You're in the big leagues now. It doesn't necessarily have to do for everybody who's a musician. It could be any kind of, whatever you're pursuing. Let's get your lots of love, which may not have to do with love. And it says user. So beware of people that were using you. Maybe that's what you're coming back from. Maybe you know, somebody was using you and you were feeling really drained out. And now you're ready to, you know, take the reins. Next, lots of answers. It says promising. Looks very promising. You made me promises, promises. Oh, I can't remember that song. What? It says once bitten, twice shy, and I thought it said one bitchy. But it says once bitten, twice shy. Yeah, well, you've been involved with some, bad situations, haven't we all? I mean, you get to a certain stage in life where, we've seen it all, right? We've seen it all. But see, this is the whole thing. And the King of Swords here has that eagle behind him. So that eagle energy is all about soaring higher. It's not where I have the cards positions, it's the way they're popping up. It's giving a little bit of glare. Sorry about that. So, that didn't help at all. Anyways, so this is the reading. I hope that it resonates. If it doesn't, check out your sun, rising, moon. Check out all three for sure, because, you never know which one is going to resonate with you at any given time. If you want to get a hold of me for a reading or anything, it's always going to be through my website. Please don't listen to these people on social media messaging with these fake accounts. It's just bunk. It's a lot of bollocks, they're saying. If you want to use my Holy Hamsa deck and work with it, it's a great deck to work with. You don't have to have any special skill set. Check it out. It's available on GameCrafter. You can find the link below. Or, again, always at my website. That's where you can be sure that you're dealing with me and not some crazy imposter out there. Alright, next and last but not least is our beautiful Pisces energy. Well, you're another one. See, the whole Neptune moving into Aries. Now, it's coming out of your sign, first of all. It was in Pisces. It's actually going to retrograde back into Pisces at some point here. But Neptune is your ruling planet. So big Neptune things, you will feel those. You're going to feel those Neptune transits for sure. I'm going to just go like this and shuffle it this way a couple times. I think that's why I'm getting glare, because the way they're curving. So sometimes you got to do it like this just to counteract the curvature. Okay, set these aside and we're going to shuffle the other one. Yeah, so anytime your ruling planet, which in your case is Neptune, makes a big move, you're always going to feel that energy. You will feel that transition. I'm going to do the same thing with this deck. Shuffle it the other way a couple times. Get those, counteract that curvature in the thing there. There we go. Okay. Let's do 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And Death card is the first card out. Don't be worried. It's a change. It's a change of your ruling planet. It's changing signs. 7 of Pentacles and 7 of Cups. 2 sevens. Bottom row from the Rock and Roll Tarot deck. We're going to do 3 cards from the Rock and Roll Tarot deck. We've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 of Swords, followed by 10 of Cups, followed by the Strength card. But that Strength card has been out a lot too in this this month's readings for a lot of different signs. Well, death is some kind of a big change. I really feel like it's referring to this whole Neptune. And you know what else? Scorpio is the sign associated with death, technically. But I feel Pisces and Neptune can be too. Neptune being your ruling planet. Because it's a 12th house. It's the last chapter. So the last chapter has ended and you're moving into the next situation. 7 of Pentacles, there may be a little bit of concerns about money, but if you pull your efforts, they're saying, if you pull your efforts, big success can be attained. 7 of Cups, visualizing your dreams, making your dreams a reality. That's you all day long, and that's the Neptune energy, your ruler. You are a dreamer. You are a visualizer. You are in touch with that higher dimensional creativity, all that sort of stuff, spiritual awakening, all that kind of energy. You may need a rest. This could be, this transition, you may feel it so strong that you may need to just chill out and just take a rest for a minute. I mean, I've been feeling that a lot. I've been feeling really like, wow, I need to rest. And, I've been feeling resting when I need to, instead of pushing on, soldiering on, push, push, push all the time. This may be, during this transition, you may need to back off. You may need to take it easy, have some quiet time. Be in a space of peace, quiet, restfulness. And while this new metamorphosis, really, because death is metamorphosis, and then you're envisioning your next step and envisioning to the highest degrees possible. 10 of Cups is a beautiful, wonderful card. 10 of Cups is the marriage card. It's known as the marriage card. But it's also the ultimate in happiness, joy, celebration. This is what you can have on this next chapter and this next leg of your journey. But it's going to take some quiet manifestation, a little bit of time of, you know, this transitionary time. Having strength, having patience, being patient with yourself, but also I want to take strength as an actual meaning of building your strength. I think that's going to be a big thing this month. Maybe you're going to need to rest so you can build your strength, so you can manifest and participate in, you know, this whole Ten of Cups energy that's coming through. Let's grab your animal totem. You got the seagull. Seagull is of land and air and sea. It's a borderland. So you're on the borderland. It's a transitional situation when the seagull shows up. Joyous seafarer calling from the sky, edging on this world and another, coming from a higher perspective, riding on the currents of life. Yeah, ride that wave. You know, you're good at that too, Pisces. You know, you're a good one to ride the wave. It's not necessarily a time to be pushing too hard. It's a time to like surrender to the flow. And just know this confirms that you're in this transitionary time, because again, the shorebirds are of the land, the air, and the water. They're not on solid ground. You know, they're comfortable in all worlds, but it's going in between. There's a time in between. All right, let's pull a card from my new Holy Hamsa Oracle deck that's out and available. And let's see what we got for the Holy Hamsa Oracle deck for Pisces. Luck, number 13, lucky 13. So luck is with you, the luck of the Irish, they're saying. Look at some of the keywords in the background and see if any of them pop out to you, because that could definitely be an intuition hit there. It says, take a chance, roll the dice, Lady Luck is on your side. If you dun, 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 it's number 13. Take a chance on me. It's ABBA. Second time ABBA came through. I was never an ABBA fan necessarily. It's funny that they're coming through twice. Okay, here's the first initial keywords that I originally had were chance, fortune, synchronicity. There are times in our lives when everything we touch turns to gold. Riding the wave of synchronicity is one thing after another falling into place like magic. This could be one of those times when you just can't lose. You're on a roll. The luck card is not limited to gambling by any means. You may be smiled upon in any area of life. The world is full of ups and downs. Just know that your stock is on the rise when this card is drawn. Yeah. All right, well, let's look at our lots. Could be a really lucky time. Just conserve your energy, though. That's one of the things I want to tell you. Let's grab the lots of love first. Lots of love, which may or may not pertain to love. Let's see what we got. Sirius. Okay. The serious moonlight. The serious moonlight. Yeah, serious moonlight. I would say not take things. Don't be so serious. Okay, next. This is someday we'll be together. Yes, we will. Okay, finally, lots of Proverbs. Pisces. All's well that ends well. Isn't that the truth? Ten of Cups is that happy ending, too. It's interesting that that came up with in this spread with that card. Yeah, all's well that ends well. You've been through struggles. You know, being a Pisces, you're an old soul. And you have, usually Pisces will take on those big karmic, you know, you take on a lot. And you go through a lot in this incarnation because you're choosing in this incarnation usually to finish up a lot of big cycles. You know, often that's the case with Pisces. Because the 12th house is the house of completion. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, I do actually have a soul reading available on my website that I talk about all that personally for you. And we look into, you know, your past lives and different things. Yeah, so you're transitioning this month, for sure. Your ruling planet is transitioning. So it's a big time of change. Make sure you get your rest. Go with the flow. Looks like the other side is just filled with a lot of happiness and love coming your way, Pisces. It looks really, really wonderful for you, and I'm really happy for you. So go with the flow, like you always do, pretty much, and you're going to be fine. Okay, well, have a great month, everybody. I'm going to continue to talk. We're going to talk about some of the, this whole new deck thing. I'm going to tell the whole, well, the whole sordid tale, not sordid tale, but all the details about what that's about. So if you're interested and want to know more about it, stay tuned. If not, I'll see you again next month. Take care. Have a good one. Remember, your love and beauty incarnate. Hi everyone. So this is what happened. Many of you are contacting me. You're like, oh, I wanted to support your deck, but it's not listed on Indiegogo. It's down or whatever. I pulled it down. That thing turned into like just a huge fiasco. One of the things is these people were aggressively contacting me, these people that help do your campaign, you know, and they were being, and they all have names that sound, you think it's from the official website, so you open the email and then they're just wanting all this money to promote your thing, and it was just getting really, really bad. And I was just like, you know what, screw the whole thing. I don't even care. Well, I mean, I care, but I'm just not doing it. And they were some of them were like really aggressive. I know you're opening the emails. I had to block a couple of these people. And what they do, they want like $1,000 up front, and then they'll make your campaign a big success, or so they say. So it just got kind of ugly, and I didn't like the energy. The other thing is, when I used this deck on the last month's reading, I noticed that it doesn't really show up on camera that well. I mean, there's all kinds of cool little designs in the background, and it just doesn't show up on camera. And then I'm just like, well, hello, McFly. Most of the readings you do are on camera, so it needs to look good on camera. So I didn't go all the way back to the drawing board. I had another version of the round deck that was similar to this. This is what we're doing now. Oh, here was the other thing. Because I reignited the whole fundraising thing, right? And at the time, last time I did it last year, I had all the stuff in place. I was talking to a company that produces them, and they were going to do the tin and the whole thing and the booklet and la la da da da. Well, they're not. I can't get a hold of them. That contact is gone. So I would have to start from square one, and that was a huge undertaking too. And it would have been overseas and everything else. So Gamecrafter has a round deck, but it's this whole thing. It just wasn't going to fit and work. You know, it doesn't support, the box doesn't support 50 cards, and it was just this whole thing. It was just like all signs pointing to ditch this version of it. And they don't have the booklet that I need and everything else. So I recreated it. I went back to, I wanted to make it brighter. And I had other versions of this where I did have like text in the background. Actually, I wasn't going to do the text in the background necessarily first. I thought, well, I want to do a lighter version. But here's what happened with the booklet that I was going to go, I made sure it's all going to work with Gamecrafters, so there's no worries about overseas. It's made in America, all that good stuff. Here's some, actually this is some of the same stuff that's on the black that you can't see. These are the same images. I didn't completely toss them. I put them on the side of the box there, so repurposed them. So with this booklet that they offer that fits with the box and fits with everything, there's just going to be no room for the keywords and everything else. So I go, well, I'll put the main sentence, because I had it on my phone. I was showing you the other digital version that I preferred. You know, it's over here on my phone. So the original layout of the booklet was going to be the title, 3 keywords, the key sentence, and then a couple paragraphs. Well, that's just not going to fit on here. Or the image either. You know, it's just not going to fit. So I wasn't able to put the keywords or the sentence. So I said, well, I'll put the sentence on the card, the main sentence. I like that anyway. But then the keywords weren't going to fit. So I was just like, well, I could put the keywords at the beginning, and I was trying all these different things. And then finally I just, you know, I said, well, I did do a round version, a couple of cards where I experimented around with keywords in the background. So I tried it on the square, and I really like it. I really like this version of it. It's nice and bright. It's easy to handle. It shows up well on camera. You can see, you know, actually I should be putting on this side here the whole go through of the whole deck where you can see them. And then the back is kind of cute too, I thought. It's just the Hamsa deck with the little stars and stuff on it too. So it's a fun deck. It's easy to handle. You can work with it on your own for sure. You know, you don't have to know anything. You can just ask a question and pull one card for the answer, justice. The other thing is these background texts. You know, from my Rock and Roll Tarot deck, that I'm a big fan of the background text, right? So I do like that, and I like letting it catch your eye and letting it, you know, something catches your eye. Like, you know, here it says docket, you know. So in the top word is lawsuit, contract, you know. And the other thing about this deck, just in general, is there's many modern day things on these cards. It's not so old school, you know, just knights and kings and whatever. You know, for instance, like this is about schooling, and then there's pencils, which is actually kind of out of date, and cap and gown and stuff. These are things that you won't find in the tarot necessarily. You can use this as a standalone deck, but you can also use it as, you know, as a companion to the tarot, for sure. You know, you could, like I just did in the last reading. So it's a little smaller, if you notice. Let me see if I can find that wish card. It just did come out in this last spread here, because that happens to be what's on top over there with the other deck. Oh, of course, I'm not going to be able to find it. Well, I don't have to necessarily pull that card, but you can see that the Hamsas themselves are a little smaller, you know. I wanted it really big too, but that's just not going to happen. And here's what I'm going to do, because, you know, I'm going to do something else with the all-seeing eye. I've already made up my mind. Not right away. I'm done screwing around with decks for a while. Okay. So it was Mercury retrograde and everything. I said, well, Mercury retrograde, go over an old project and redo it, right? So that's exactly what I did. Oh, the other thing is, because there was 54 cards per the way they do the printing, instead of just scrapping the last 4 cards, here's what I did. I ended up putting 4 blank cards in there. So if you could even do your own drawing of Hamsa, work it out, and then draw it on here and use it in the deck, you know, too. So I thought that was always you know, I always like to do that creative stuff. So I thought that would be like another little fun, little extra kind of a thing that, you know, goes along with it. So yeah, it does come with the box and the booklet. The booklet is actually surprisingly expensive to add in, but I know people always say, you don't have a booklet, I want a booklet. So I did, and I wrote those definitions. I mean, a lot of the time creating the initial deck was writing out this whole thing, and a lot of it's sort of channeled stuff. So having the definitions was important. I was thinking about putting it as a PDF download, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want that, because then people could just take it and steal it, and that's another problem. When you create decks, people are always stealing. Oh, here's the back of a deck too. This came out much more yellower. I went to several different printers. I happen to have one here. That's one of the things I don't love about GameCrafter. Their coloring is not off. I went to a few different printers, and this is the consensus that it would be this golden color. And I don't know if the camera's picking up, but it's much more yellow than gold. But it is what it is. I am not screwing around with this anymore. I think you can see it here. This is the color it's supposed to be. And I went to several different printers. I have other one of these around. They're all pretty close to this range, but in the GameCrafter, for some reason, it comes out really mustard yellow almost. But that's not a deal breaker for me. I have been screwing around. It took this deck, the original deck, took me 9 months just to do the artwork and create it. It was a long, long haul. And by the way, this is all hand-drawn. There is not a drop of AI or clip art in this at all. I hand drew every single one of these pictures on here, okay? So it's all hand-drawn, old school. And, you know, I was just, I wanted it to be out there. I'm just done screwing around with it, you know? So I went back, I revised it, and I think it's good the way it is. And again, I think the All-Seeing Eye, I know the All-Seeing Eye. I've already been getting downloads about that. This will be another deck, a different kind of deck altogether. But with this background and the thing, it'll be smaller, because the GameCrafter does have a round deck, but it's small. It's smaller than this. So yeah, I will be doing something with that, but not anytime soon. Probably not even this year. I doubt this year. Okay, because I've got too many. I've got this book project that I've been working on since August, and here it is, April. So I had to take the whole month off of my book project and just do this. You know, I just dove into it, so that's it. So if you wanted to know what happened, there's the long story. Yeah, and it wasn't really, people weren't, you know, contributing to the campaign, and then these people were harassing me in the emails, and then I couldn't get a hold of the original manufacturer. I would have to be starting from scratch with that. I said, I'm done. This is, the universe is telling me this isn't going to fly. We got to do a different thing. And so, eclipse season, Mercury retrograde, everything, I did, and I'm really happy with the way it came out, actually. I think that they came out pretty cool. They look good on camera. That is important. I mean, that sounds sort of silly to say, but it really is important. So again, they're available at the Game Crafter. You can purchase them. I had, the price is, well, it's still under $30, but a large chunk of that price, this booklet cost me $7, So if I didn't include the booklet, I could have probably charged like $22 or $25, but I'm not making a huge profit anyway, but the booklet is the thing that jacks the price up really high, believe it or not. So, but I wanted to include it. I did spend all that time writing those definitions, and I wanted to include it. So here it is, official, the Holy Hamsa. I went back and forth. I was going to call it I have actually a ton of hallowed, happy Hamsa. I keep accidentally calling it the happy Hamsa, because the drawings are, for the most part, pretty bright and happy also, right? But I went with Holy Hamsa because it's tongue-in-cheek to a point. It's two meanings. Like, it's Holy Hamsa, like, Holy Hamsa, Batman. There's 50 different Hamsas in this card, this deck, like that way. You could take it that way. But also, you could take it as a holy, sacred thing, because many people use their, if you want to use this as part of your spiritual practice, and the Hamsa origins really was a holy and sacred thing, right? So you could take it either way, but I do like the sound of that. I like the double H's. I was definitely, I was playing around with all kinds of double H's. Hallowed Hamsa, Happy Hamsa. I have a huge list of them. But I settled on the Holy Hamsa. I'm happy with it. And if you want to work with the cards, check it out. It's on the Game Crafter. Your support always helps me out. I mean, this is 9 months of work. Well, make it 10 months. Well, honestly, it took about a week and a half to revise the whole thing. But you don't know how I work. When I tear into something, I tear into it. I'm being self-employed here. I'm not limited to 8 hours a day by any means. I work. I work a lot. First thing in the morning until way late in the evening hours, I work on it. So it was about a week and a half of that kind of voracious, it was just tedium. It was just copy paste. But then I had to redo all these keywords. That took a long time, because initially I only had 3 keywords. I had to come up with a lot more than 3 keywords for each card. But it's still like that tedium. It was a lot of tedium and typing and repetitive. My hands and wrists are hurting from all that, carpal tunnel kind of activity. But I'm so happy with the way it came out. That's why maybe I keep calling it the Happy Hamsa. I like the background too. It's simple, but gets the job done. I almost thought it was a little bit maybe too much like that one deck with all the stars around it, but I can't even think of the name of it right now. But I pulled it out. I don't have it handy here. And it's not. It's different. Okay. And it is almost symmetrical, except there's a little heart in the center of the... Let's see. So the heart turns upward, but otherwise everything else is pretty symmetrical. Okay, well, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I hope that you guys like this deck as much as I do. I mean, it's a great deck to work with. I've been working with it for a few days now. I got it from the printer a few days ago, and I'm just really happy with it. And you can get some definite cool messages and downloads from it. So thanks for hanging with me and listening to my rant about the whole thing. I knew a lot of people wanted, because I was getting all these messages. What happened to the Kickstarter? What happened to the thing? I was going to donate to the deck, blah, blah, blah. What happened? What happened? And so instead of addressing it all, individual, I just thought, if you want to know about it, there it is. That's what happened. It was just a culmination of a lot of different things. The big thing that was like the straw that broke the camel's back is when I went into my old notes and my old contacts about how all the people that were going to make it. Because it was a lot. That was a lot of work. And overseas, the other thing is when you get decks printed overseas, there's always that chance that it might get stolen. That happens a lot. And I didn't want to see any bootleg copies out there. But that person, that contact company, I couldn't get a hold of them anymore. They were folded or whatever happened. I just couldn't. That was just like, well, that's the universe telling me. I'm not starting from scratch trying to find another place that's going to make the tin and make the box and make the thing and do it all the way I want it to do. Plus the booklet was set up to their criteria. So if somebody else does the printing job, then I'm going to have to redo the booklet anyway to set up to their criteria, So I said, I ditched the whole thing. And the bright colors, they show up better on camera. I noticed that when I was doing the readings last month, I go, God, these are so dark, you can't even see all the cool, there's all these cool little doodads and stuff all around the edges, and you really just can't see them on camera. Yeah, I could see them here, but you can't see them on camera. And then I was looking at also when I was, and by the way, I do know that I exposed my phone thing last month. I redid that too. But I was looking at how it looked here. I go, oh, with the white background, it kind of looks kind of good on camera. It was like, hello, ding, ding, ding. That was that light going off in my brain. So we're going to have to go with light background. And, I did have a bunch of versions with light backgrounds on the round deck. I didn't just go with this right off the top. I have so many versions of it. So once I figured on this, and it all came together pretty quickly, and I'm really happy with the outcome of it. Hopefully this is a deck that you'll love as much as I do, and that you'll, be long-term. This is a deck that it has modern-day interpretations, which is also like something sorely lacking from, it's real-world things. There's real-world, like these roadblocks and stuff. There's real, it's not some far-out thing that you have to kind of put it all together. It's pretty plain and simple right there in front of you. So I hope you like it. I hope you can, or if you want to order it for yourself, again, it's over on the Game Crafter. There's a link below. Thanks for everybody's support that did support me on the first Kickstarter, which didn't meet the goal. That was last year, and then this year. So I can finally just send this thing on its way, set it free, and see if it flies. It'll be available for the foreseeable future, as long as the Game Crafter's around. I don't see that ending. So again, hope you enjoy it, and tell me what you think about it in the comments. I'd love to hear. Have a great month. Thanks for hanging with me. We'll talk again soon. Bye.